A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Da, 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 da. You know, the music comes on.
Yeah, the music just come on,
The
yeah.
big titles, right. A vast sea of stars serves as the backdrop for the main title, followed by a roll-up which crawls into infinity. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Crawl, can you read the crawl?
The turmoil bit.
Yeah, turmoil.
Turmoil has engulfed the Galactic Republic. The taxation of trade routes to outlying star systems is in dispute. Hoping to resolve the matter with a blockade of deadly battleships, the greedy Trade Federation has stopped all shipping to the small planet of Naboo. While the Congress of the Republic endlessly debates this alarming chain of events, the Supreme Chancellor has secretly dispatched 2 Jedi Knights, the guardians of peace and justice in the galaxy, to settle the conflict. Pan down to reveal a small space cruiser heading toward camera at great speed. Pan.
Great speed.
Cruiser as it heads towards the beautiful green planet of Naboo, surrounded by hundreds of Trade Federation battleships.
Okay, I'll do this. Interior Republic cruiser cockpit. In the cockpit of the cruiser, the captain and pilot maneuver closer to one of the battleships, the Lucre Hulk class battleship, I think is what it is. Right, you do Qui-Gon.
Captain.
The captain turns to an unseen figure sitting behind her. Yes, sir?
Tell them we wish to board at once.
The captain looks to her view screen where Newt Gunray, a Nemoidian trade viceroy, waits for a reply. Okay, I'll do Newt Gunray as well.
Okay.
With all due respect, the ambassadors for the Supreme Chancellor wish to board immediately. Yes, of course. As you know, a blockade is to receive the ambassadors.
Jesus.
Right, you read the next bit.
The screen goes black at the cockpit window. The sinister battleship looms even closer. Exterior, Federation battleship, docking bay, space FX. The small space cruiser docks in the enormous main bay of the Federation battleship. Interior, Federation battleship, docking bay, space. A protocol droid, TC-14, waits at the door to the docking bay. The door opens, and Republic cruiser can be seen in the docking bay. 2 darkly robed figures are greeted by TC-14.
Okay, do you want to do TC-14?
Sure, he's a robot, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a robot. You can
God.
Just do like a posh voice or something.
No, I don't know how a robot sounds. Okay. I am TC-14. I'm making Butch. It's gonna be Butch.
Yeah, make him Butch. Make him really Butch.
It's Butch in my eyes. I am TC-14 at your service. This way, please.
Okay, I'll read this next bit. They move off down the hallway. Interior Federation battleship conference room. A door slides open, and 2 cloaked shapes are led past camera into the formal conference room by TC-14. TC-14?
Oh, yeah. We are greatly honoured by your visit, ambassadors. Make yourselves comfortable. My master will be with you shortly. He's got an accent now.
He has got an accent. The droid bows for Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon Jinn. She backs out the door, and it closes. Oh, she's a woman. She's a lady droid.
Oh, you're even better.
She sounds butch. The Jedi lower their hoods, and they look out a large window at the lush green planet of Naboo. Qui-Gon, 40 years old, has long brown hair and a ponytail. He is tall and striking with blue eyes. Obi-Wan is 25, with short brown hair, pale skin, and blue eyes. Okay, I'll do Obi-Wan.
It's interesting to mention the age.
Yeah. I have a bad feeling about this.
I don't sense anything. I forgot what he sounded like.
It's not about the mission, Master. It's something elsewhere. Elusive.
Don't center yourself on anxieties, Obi-Wan. Keep your concentration here and know where it belongs.
But Master Yoda says I should be mindful of the future.
But not at the expense of the moment. Be mindful of the living force, my young Padawan.
Yes, Master. They walk over to the window and gaze out into space. How do you think the Trade Viceroy will deal with the Chancellor's demands?
These Federation types are cowards. The negotiations will be short.
Right, can you read up to
Gunray?
Up to TC-14.
Yeah. Interior Federation battleship, bridge. Newt Gunray and Daltrey. Oh, fucking hell,
Daltrey
Dauphine. Stand stunned before TC-14.
I'll do Newt.
Droid.
What? What did you say?
Ambassadors are Jedi Knights, I believe.
Okay, you do Dauphine.
Is that a woman?
No, it's a man, I think.
Oh, is it a man? I can't tell. Genders.
Try and do my Newt voice.
You sound weirdly Scottish. Okay, I'll do Scottish. You sound kind of Scottish.
Yeah, do Scottish.
I knew it. We are here to force a settlement.
Distract them. I will contact Lord Sidious.
Are you brain dead? I'm not going in now with 2 Jedi. Send for droid.
Dauphine turns to TC-14. Let's have a squeaky sigh. Interior Federation battleship conference room. Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan sit at a large conference table. Is it in their nature to make us wait this long? The door to the conference room slides open, and TC-14 enters with a tray of drinks and food.
No, I sense an unusual amount of fear for something as trivial as this trade dispute.
Right, you can read the rest up to Darth Sidious.
TC-14 walks over to Obi-Wan, who takes a drink. The droid then walks over to Qui-Gon, who takes a drink as TC-14 leaves the room. Interior Federation battleship bridge. Newt, Dauphine, and Rune Haku.
Rune Harko.
Harko, that's the one. Before the hologram of Darth Sidious, a robed figure whose face is obscured by a hood.
Sidious. What is it?
It's Scottish, isn't it?
Yeah.
The scheme of yours has failed, Lord Sidious. This blockade is finished. We dare not go escape. We dare not go against these Jedi. I can't know my words.
Viceroy, I don't want this stunted slime in my sight again. Newt gives Dauphine a stern look, and Dauphine bows his head in shame and turns and walks away. This turn of events is unfortunate. We must accelerate our plans. Begin landing your troops. My lord, is that legal? I will make it legal. And the Jedi? The chancellors have never brought them into this. Kill them immediately. Yes, my lord. As you wish. You read that.
Interior, Republic cruiser, cockpit, docking bay. In the cockpit of the cruiser, the captain and pilot look up to see a gun turret swinging and pointing directly at them.
You do the pilot.
Captain, look!
The captain looks, and just seconds before she yells. I think she yells something. She goes like "shields" or something, and then they shot. And before they're fired upon, she says something inaudible. Yeah, she goes like "shields up" or something, and then okay. Exterior Federation battleship, hangar bay space. The battleship gun fires, and the Republic cruiser explodes. You read next bit.
No. Interior Federation battleship, conference room. Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan leap to a standing position with their laser swords drawn. TC-14 jumps back, started spitting with drinks on the tray. Sorry. Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan turn off their laser swords and listen intently. A faint hissing sound can be heard. Dioxin.
I think it's Dioxis, but interior Fade battleship hallway. A hologram of Newt surrounded by battle droids appear in the conference room hallway. They must be dead by now. Destroy what's left of them. The hologram fades off as battle droid 001 cautiously opens the door. The deadly green cloud billows from the room. Battle droids cock their weapons as a figure stumbles out the smoke. It's TC-14 carrying the tray of drinks.
Oh, excuse me.
The vertical droid passes the armed camp. Checking out, Corporal. We'll cover you. Roger.
God.
The two flashing laser swords suddenly fly at the deadly fog. Uh-oh. Blast them.
Jesus Christ.
You can carry on.
The two Jedi start cutting down battle droids as the droids fire on them. Obi-Wan jumps into the air and does a mid-air flip as he deflects laser bolts. Interior Federation battleship bridge. Newt and Rune watch 001 on their view screen. 001 is suddenly cut in half. Rune gives Newt a worried look.
What is going on down there? The bridge is a cacophony of alarms. Who's Tay How?
Who's Tay How?
How do you say how? We've lost the transmission, sir.
Oh God.
Okay, you're Rune.
I'm trying to think of voices.
Just try and like, I don't know. Can you do like Russian or something?
Russian?
Have you ever encountered a Jedi Knight before, sir? Do something like that.
Okay, sure. Have you encountered a Jedi Knight before, sir?
Well, no, but I don't steal off the bridge. Yes, sir.
That won't be enough, sir.
I won't throw it because I've heard it once.
We will not survive this.
The doors to the bridge slam shut. You can carry on from...
Interior Federation battleship hallway outside bridge. Qui-Gon cuts several battle droids in half, creating a shower of sparks and metal parts. Obi-Wan raises his hands, sending several battle droids crashing into the wall.
Force push.
Yes. Qui-Gon makes his way to the bridge door and begins to cut through it. Interior Federation battleship bridge. The crew is very nervous as sparks start flying around the bridge door. Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan are on the view screen.
Close the blast doors.
The huge, very thick blast door slams shut, followed by a second door, then a third. There's a hissing sound as the huge doors seal shut.
That will hold them.
Qui-Gon stabs through the door with his sword. The screen goes black as the red spot appears in the centre of the blast door. Obi-Wan cuts down the battle droid in defence of his master. They're still coming through!
On the doors, chunks of molten metal begin to drop away. This is impossible!
Well, these droideckers.
Okay, interior Federation battleship hallway outside bridge. They're not ugly, they're beautiful. Two ugly destroyer wheel droids roll down the hallway at full speed. Just before they get to the bridge area, they stop and transform into their battle configuration. Master, destroyers! Go
on. Qui-Gon stops penetrating the blast doors and turns to fight off the destroyer droids with Obi-Wan. The droids start to shoot their laser guns at the Jedi and an invisible shield appears around them.
They have shield generators!
It's a standoff. Let's go.
Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan leave the hallway just outside the bridge as the two destroyer droids turn around and continue shooting. The Jedi materialize to the far end of the hallway and dash through the doorway that slams shut. The wheel droids blast away at the two Jedi with their laser swords. Go on.
Interior Federation battleship bridge. Newton Room stands on the bridge watching the view screen as the wheel droid's POV speeds to the doorway. They're no match for the droideckers.
Sir, they've got the ventilation shaft. Okay. Interior Federation battleship main bay. Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan put a large event in the hangar bay. They are careful not to be seen. Thousands. Oh, I remember this. There's loads of like battle droids, isn't there?
Yeah.
And there's like the big tank, the big like MTTs or something, the big tanks. Thousands of battle droids are loading onto landing craft.
Battle droids.
It's an invisible army.
This is an odd play for the Trade Federation. We've got to warn Naboo and contact Chancellor Valorum. Let's split up, stow aboard separate ships, and meet down on the planet.
You were right about one thing, Master. The negotiations were short. Interior Federation battleship bridge. Tehar receives transmission. Sir, a transmission from the planet.
It's Queen Amidala herself.
At last, we are getting results. On the view screen, Queen Amidala appears in her throne. Wearing an elaborate headdress and robe, she sits surrounded by a governing council and 4 handmaidens. What? Eirtae, Yain, Rabe, and Sarshay. Rabe. Okay. Again, you'll come before me, your highness. You can be Amidala.
Okay, that's a woman.
Yeah, do a woman's voice. Come on.
Oh God. You will not be pleased when you hear what I have to say, Viceroy. It's a very bad woman, but still.
Oh, it's amazing. I'm imagining
Your
a man
trade
in drag.
boycott for our planet has ended. All my characters are going to be men in drag.
Yeah. I was not aware of such a failure.
I am aware of the Chancellor's ambassadors are with you now, but you have been commanded to reach a settlement.
I know nothing of any ambassadors. You must be mistaken. Amidala, surprised at his reaction, studies him carefully.
Surprised. Beware, Viceroy. The Federation has gone too far this time.
We would never do anything without the approval of the Senate. You assume, Tomash.
We will see.
The Queen fades off, and the screen goes black.
Oh. I was meaning it. She's right. The Senate will never.
It's too late now.
Do you think she suspects an attack?
I don't know, but we must move quickly to disrupt all communications down there. Okay, carry on.
Interior, Naboo Palace, throne room. The Queen, Eirtae, Sashay, I think I said his names, and her governor, C.O. Bibble.
C.O. Bibble! C.O. Bibble.
Great names.
Yeah.
Stand before a hologram of Senator Palpatine, a thin, kindly man.
How do Palpatine?
Go on, Palpatine.
The negotiations haven't started because the ambassadors aren't there. How could that be true? I have assurances from the Chancellor. His ambassadors did arrive. It must be that, negotiate. The hologram of Palpatine sputters and fades away. Right, Amidala.
Senator Palpatine, what's happening?
Captain Panaka turns to his sergeant. How do Captain Panaka? Check the transmission generators. How do Bibble as well? A communication disruption could mean only one thing: invasion.
The Federation would not dare go that far.
The Senate would revoke their trade franchise, and they'd be finished.
We must continue to rely on renegotiation. Hello, Sheldon.
Negotiation? We've lost all communications. And where are the Chancellor's ambassadors? Why does he sound like?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know who I'm trying. I don't know what that voice is based on. He sounds like Brian Blessed.
I don't know who Bibble is.
I think he was the guy with the beard. Negotiation. We've lost all communications. And where are the Chancellor's ambassadors? This is a dangerous situation, Your Highness. Our security volunteers will be no match against the battle-hardened Federation army.
I will not condone a course of action that will lead us to war.
Right, you can read this bit.
Exterior, space, landing craft, Twilight FX. 6 landing craft fly in formation toward the
Oh, I
surface
remember
of
this.
the planet
Awesome
Naboo.
music's playing. I'll do the music. Da,
Go.
da, da, da,
Exterior, Naboo Swamp, Shadow Lake, Twilight. 3 landing craft slowly descend through the cloud-covered, perpetually grey twilight side of the planet. One by one, the Federation warships land in the eerie swamp. Troop transport NTTs emerge from the landing craft as half a dozen battle droids and stats fly by. The exterior, Naboo edge of swamp, / grass plains, twilight effects. Droid invasion force moves that swamp into a grassy plain. OOM-9 in his tank
9.
looks out over the vast army marching across the rolling hills. A small hologram of Rune and Newt stands on the tank.
I'll do OMM9. Yes, Viceroy.
Captain, we've searched for ship and there is no trace of a Jedi. They might have gotten onto your landing craft.
If they're down here, sir, we'll find them. Use caution. These Jedi are not to be underestimated. Okay.
Exterior, Naboo Swamp, twilight. Qui-Gon runs through the strange landscape, glancing back to see the monstrous troop transport emerging from the mist. Animals begin to run past him in panic.
Stop here. I'll do the stage directions, and you do Qui-Gon and Jar Jar.
Oh God, it's just me.
Right, okay. An odd frog-like Gungan, Jar Jar Binks, squats holding a clam that he retrieved from the Milky Swamp. Jar Jar looks up and sees Qui-Gon and the other creatures running like the wind towards him. One of the huge MTTs bears down on the Jedi like a charging locomotive. Jar Jar stands transfixed, still holding the clamshell in one hand.
Oh no! Quick, get out of here.
Jar Jar drops the shell and leaps onto Qui-Gon as he mumbles something inaudible. The Jedi is caught by surprise.
Get off.
Jar Jar he sounds very subdued saying that.
It does.
You're being chased by a giant tank. Jar Jar continues to mumble something. The machine's about to crush them as Qui-Gon drops to the ground. Jar Jar goes splat in the mud with him. The transport races overhead. Qui-Gon and Jar Jar pull themselves out of the mud. They stand watching the war machine disappear into the mist.
What's that?
Qui-Gon starts to walk away to find Obi-Wan. Jar Jar runs after him.
Hey, wait. Oh, it's me again. Oh God, what the hell is that?
Go on, say it.
Oi, Mui, Mui. I love you. What the hell is that?
He's Jung's Gungan.
Oh, great, yeah, my native language. You almost got us killed. Are you brainless? I speak, eh?
I spake.
The ability to speak does not make you intelligent. Now get out of here.
Qui-Gon starts to move off, and Jar Jar follows.
Give me a second, I've lost a page. Not page, I've lost it.
It's no, Misa, stay.
Got it. It's right at the bottom.
Yeah.
No, Misa, stay. Misa, call Jar Jar Binks. Misa, your humble servant. That won't be necessary. I love how they've written this in the script.
They've written it in his candor. I like that.
Yeah.
They've written it in Jar Jar's candor. It's perfect.
Oh, but it is. 'Tis what? Oh, 'tis commanded by a good it is.
In the distance, 2 stacks burst out of the mist at high speed, chasing Obi-Wan.
Oh no!
Qui-Gon throws Jar Jar into the mud.
Stay down.
The 2 troops fire blaster bolts at Obi-Wan. Pew pew pew. Qui-Gon deflects the bolts back, and the stacks blow up. 1, 2. Obi-Wan is exhausted and tries to catch his breath. Suddenly, Jar Jar pops up.
You have to save me again.
What's this?
A local. Let's go before more than droids show up. More did you speak?
Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon start to run. Jar Jar tries to keep up.
Excuse me, but the man's the safest place would be the Gunga city. 'Tis where I grew up. 'Tis a hidden city.
They all stop.
A city?
Jar Jar nods his head.
Uh-huh. Can you take us there? And second thought, no, not really, no. No? It's embarrassing, but, I'm afraid I've been banished. I've forgotten the bosses would do terrible things if I go back there.
A pulsating sound is heard in the distance.
You hear that? Yeah. That's the sound of 1,000 terrible things heading this way.
If they find us, they will crush us, grind us into little pieces, then blast us into oblivion.
Oh, use of pointers, well said. This way, hurry.
Jar Jar turns and runs into the swamp. Exterior, Naboo Swamp Lake, twilight. Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, and Jar Jar run into the murky lake and stop as Jar Jar tries to catch his breath. The transports are heard in the distance.
How much farther? We're going underwater, okay, day?
Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan pull out small capsules from their utility belts and that turn into breathing masks.
Am I warning you? Gungans no liking outsiders, so don't explain we're welcome.
Don't worry, this hasn't been our day for warm welcomes. Jar Jar jumps, yells out, does a double somersault with a twist, and dives into the water. Breath masks on, Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan wade in after him. Before they continue, Jar Jar surfaces.
You should follow me now, okay? Okay, okay, he says okie day.
Okie day, okie day, okie day. Exterior in the Boo Lake underwater. Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan swim behind Jar Jar, who is very much at home in the water. Down they swim into murky depths. In the distance, the glow of Otho Gunga, an underwater city made of large bubbles, become more distinct. They approach the strange Art Nouveau habitat. Jar Jar swims magically through one of the bubble membranes, which seals behind him. Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon follow. By the way, the imagery in this part of the film is amazing. The Otho Gunga city is so cool. The big bubbles and the fact that they are made of these big, like, pulsing membranes are great to keep the water out. Interior Otho Gunga city square. Gungans in the square scatter when they see the strange Jedi.
So good being home.
Two Gungans stop talking gibberish. Jar Jar and the Jedi walk closer as Gungan, Captain Topples, armed with a long electro pole, rides upon a two-legged Cardu into the square. Right, I'll do Captain Topples.
Go on, Topples.
Hey, you, sir. Stop her there.
Hey, you daily, Captain Topples, Mr. Back.
No, again, Jar Jar. You, sir, gone to the bosses. You, sir, in big to do this time. Jar Jar hangs his head and whines. Another guard comes up on a Cardu armed with electro pole and gives Jar Jar a slight zap with his power pole. Jar Jar jumps and moves off, followed by the two Jedi.
How rude.
Interior, Otho Gunga, high tower boardroom. The boss's boardroom has bubble walls with small lighted fish swimming outside like moving stars. A long circular judge's bench filled with Gungan officials dominates the room. Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan stand facing Boss Nass, who sits on a bench higher than the others. Right, I'll do Boss Nass.
Yeah, go on, Boss Nass.
You cannot be sir here. This army of machinists up there. This the new we song.
That droid army is about to attack Naboo. We must warn them.
We saw no light, the Naboo. The Naboo think they're so smart. They think the brain's so big. Oh, that's everyone.
Yes, you.
Once those droids take control of the surface, they will take control of you. Me sir no think so. They sir not know of us. You and the Naboo form a symbiote circle. What happens to one of you will affect the other. You must understand this. We sir not care about the Naboo. That's what he does, isn't it?
It does, yeah, to be fair.
Right.
For the speed us on our way, I am waving my hand.
Oh, yeah. Did you do that, actually?
Yeah.
Like a Jedi mind trick, yeah.
Yeah.
We sir gone speed, you sir way.
We could use a transport.
We sir give you sir una mongo. The speediest way to the Naboo is to go through the core. Now go.
Thank you for your help. We leave in peace.
Qui-Gon everyone turn to leave. Master, what's a bongo?
A transport, I hope.
The Jedi notice Jar Jar and change to one side. Waiting to hear his verdict, Qui-Gon stops. Jar Jar gives him a forlorn look.
There's a setting you set up. Going through the planet core is a bad bombing. Any help here would be had.
Jar Jar's soulful look is counterpointed by a sheepish grin. Master, we're short of time.
We need a navigator to get us through the planet's core. This Gungan may be of help.
Qui-Gon walked back to Boss Nass.
What is to become of Jar Jar Binks here?
He's such to be punished. Jar Jar hangs his head and whines.
I had saved his life. He owes me what you can call a life debt.
Qui-Gon waves his hand.
Your gods demand that his life belongs to me now.
Binks, you sir have a life play with this his son. Be gone with him. Right, my voice cracked. That's bad. Okay. Be gone with him. Can't
Messa out of this one. Better dead here than dead in the core. You goods. What's Messa saying?
He's got a very light Scottish accent now, Jar Jar.
It's going Scottish and kind of Jamaican, yeah.
Yeah, a bit. Exterior Naboo City, underwater. Sub-FX. A strange little submarine propels itself away from Otho Gunga, leaving the glow of the settlement in the distance. Interior sub-cockpit. Remember, they're all in that cockpit together, all sat in that cockpit together. Everyone in the co-pilot seat. Jar Jar guides the craft.
This is nothing. Ooh, goober fish.
Why were you banished, Jar Jar?
It isn't long or tale, but a small part of it would be Messa, clumsy.
You were banished because you were clumsy.
Who's the mightn't be saying that?
Jar Jar veers the craft to the left and turns the light on. The coral vistas are grand, fantastic, and wondrous. As the little sub glides into the planet core, a large dark shape begins to follow.
Mr. caused maybe one or two little bitty accidents. You'd say boom the gas and crash the boss's hey bibla. What? Oh, hey, is it hey blib? Oh, I can't say that. Hey blibber. Yeah, no, that. But then
Right.
very suddenly there's a loud crash. A little.
No,
Oh, wait a minute.
that's the stage direction.
That's the stage
Suddenly there's a
direction.
loud crash, and Jar Jar, and then the little laugh lurches to one side. Qui-Gon looks around and sees a huge, luminous OPC killer that's hooked onto them with a long, gooey tongue.
Oh, big goober fish. Huge oopie.
Suddenly, even a large monster, even larger monsters attack the OPC killer.
There's always a bigger fish.
There's always a bigger fish. As the sub zooms away, they see a large set of jaws munching on the hapless killer. The jaws gone to the incredible Sando Aqua Monster, the names of these things. The lights on this tiny sub begin to flicker as they cruise deeper into the gloom. Right, you can see this bit.
Okay. Interior, Federation battleship, bridge. Newton runes stand before a hologram of Darth Sidious.
The invasion is on schedule, my lord. I have the Senate bogged down in procedure. They will have no choice but to accept your control of the system. The Queen has great faith the Senate will side with her. Queen Amidala is young and naive. You will find controlling her will not be difficult. Yes, my lord. Darth Sidious fades away.
You didn't tell him about the missing Jedi.
No need to report that to him until we have something to report.
Oh God, Jar Jar's back.
What, that lie? We can report it to him, but not until we've reported something else to him. What we've already reported to him, but we haven't reported that to him yet. Not yet. Interior sub-cockpit underwater.
Where are we, sir, going? Don't worry, the Force will guide us. Ooh, makes that big, that Force. Well, that smells stinker with.
An alarm sounds on the control panel. We're losing power.
Oh no.
Everyone lands the sub in a cave and the lights go out.
Oh, it's a dying here. Just relax. We're not in trouble yet. What yet? Monsters out there, leaking here, all in sinking, and no power. You nutsin. When yous are thinking, we's in trouble.
The wires start to spark. Power's back. The lights flicker on, revealing an ugly Colo clawfish right in front of them. The large Colo clawfish is surprised and raced back. The sub turns around and speeds away. Jar Jar continues to panic and babble incoherently.
Of course he does. Relax.
Jar Jar puts his hand on Jar Jar's shoulder. Jar Jar relaxes into a coma.
Coma?
Put him in hospital. You overdid it. The Colo clawfish leaps after the fleeing sub. The sub narrowly avoids the deadly teeth of the aqua monster. The Colo clawfish chasing them isn't so lucky. It is munched in half by a larger predator. Jar Jar regains consciousness.
Oh, good coma there. Head for the outcropping. Ooey booey.
Ooey booey. The little sub speeds away. Exterior Theed, the main road into Theed, day FX. The long column of the droid army moved down the main road leading to Theed, the Naboo capital. Right, you can take it from here.
Exterior Feed Plaza, day FX. As the Queen watches helplessly from a window in the palace, a transport carrying Newton ruins in the Feed Plaza by exit transport.
Viceroy, we have captured the Queen. Ah, victory!
Interior Naboo Lake, underwater, sub FX. The little sub continues to propel itself toward the surface, which is brightly lit. Exterior Feed, estuary, day. Paradise of billowing clouds from a romantic body of water. There's a loud rush of bubbles and a small sub bobs to the surface. Ooh, this seem otherly. What? Qui-Gon stands and looks around to see if the coast is clear.
Well, I think I'll take it from here. Wait, no, actually, no, you do it. There's loads of names. You read it.
There's loads of names, actually. Interior Feed Palace Day. Queen Amidala, Sito Bibble, and 5 of her handmaidens, Irte, Yane, Padme, Rabbe, and Sashay, surrounded by half a dozen droids, Captain Panaka and 4 Naboo guards, are also with them as they are led downstairs to the main floor. Newton Rune are walking with the group.
How will you explain this invasion to the Senate? The Queen and I will sign a treaty that will legitimize our occupation here. Our assurances will be ratified by the Senate.
I will not cooperate.
Now, Your Highness, in time, the suffering of your people will persuade you to see our point of view. Commander, OM9 step forward. Yes, sir. Process them. OM9 turns to his sergeant. Captain, take them to Camp 4. Roger. The sergeant marches the group down the rest of the stairs and into the plaza. Right, you can take it from here.
Exterior Palace, Plaza, Day, Queen Amidala, Padme, Eate, Yane, Rabus, Jesus Christ, Sashay, Captain Panaka, Sia
Still
Bibble, and
cut.
4 guards are led out of the palace by 10 battle droids. The plaza is filled with tanks and battle droids, who would have thought it, which they pass on their way to the destination camp. Unbeknownst to them, Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, and Jar Jar sneak across a walkway above the plaza and jump from a balcony to begin an attack to rescue the Queen. 4 battle droids are instantly cut down. More droids move forward and are also cut down by the Jedis, flashing lightsabers. It's lightsabers now, not light swords. Until there's only the droid sergeant left. The sergeant starts to run, but is pulled back to Qui-Gon by the Force. Until finally he is dispatched by the Jedi. We should leave the streets, Your Highness.
Sia Bibble takes Queen Amidala away. Captain Panaka turns to the guards. Get their weapons.
Well, you say, guys, Bombad.
Queen Amidala and the others are amazed. Jar Jar's getting used to this.
Good.
They move between 2 buildings.
We're the ambassadors for the Supreme Chancellor.
Your negotiations seem to have failed, Ambassador.
But negotiations never took place. It's urgent that we make contact with the Republic.
Captain Panaka steps forward. They've knocked out all our communications.
Do you have transports?
In the main hangar. This way. They disappear down the alley as the alarms sound. You know, Captain Panaka is played by Hugh Quashie.
All right.
Who's plays the Rick in Obi City and stuff.
Fair enough.
It was really weird seeing him in. I've not seen him in a long time, but I remember that Captain Panaka is Hugh Quashie because he's like a big British actor.
Yeah.
But he does an American voice, right? I'll read. You can read from where are we? Interior Central Hangar, hallway day. You can take it.
Yeah. Captain Panaka cracks open a side door to the central hangar. Qui-Gon looks over in his shoulder. Obi-Wan, Jar Jar, and the rest of the group are behind him. They see several Naboo spacecraft guarded by about 50 battle droids. Alarms can be heard in the distance.
Loads of droids. There are too many of them.
That won't be a problem. Your Highness, under the circumstances, there's supposed to be a space there.
I suggest
you come to the construct with us. Thank you, Ambassador. I said construct. Actually, this is also the wrong word.
It's Coruscant. It's Coruscant.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Thank you, Ambassador. My place is here with my people. We will kill you if you stay.
They wouldn't dare. They need her to sign the treaty to make this invasion of theirs legal. They can't afford to kill her.
There is something else behind all this, Your Highness. There is no logic in the Federation's move here. My feelings tell me they will destroy you.
Our only hope is for the Senate to side with us. Senator Palpatine will need your help.
I have a choice, but sense great danger.
The Queen turns to Padme and Eate.
To us all.
I'll do Padme. We are brave, Your Highness.
If you are to leave, Your Highness, it must be now. But I will plead our case to the Senate. Be careful, Governor.
Right, so they're going to leave Sia Bibble there.
Yes.
You read this next bit.
Okay. Interior Central Hangar, day. The door opens to the main hangar. Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, Jar Jar, Captain Panaka, 2 guards, and 3 handmaidens, Padme, Eate, Reve, followed by Queen Amidala. Head for a sleek chrome spacecraft. Sia Bibble, Yane, and Sashay stay behind. The handmaidens begin to cry.
We need to free those pilots.
Captain Panaka points to 20 guards, ground crew and pilots held in a corner by 6 battle droids.
I'll deal with that.
Obi-Wan heads towards a group of captured pilots. Qui-Gon and the Queen, Captain Panaka, Jar Jar, and the rest of the group approach the guards at the ramp of the Naboo craft.
Halt.
I'm ambassador for the Supreme Chancellor, and I'm taking these people to Coruscant.
Where are you taking them?
To Coruscant.
Coruscant. That doesn't compute. Wait. You're under arrest.
The droid
got George's weapon. Before the droids can fire, they're cut down. The other guards run to their aid. Obi-Wan attacks the guards around the pilots. Go! Right, carry on.
Qui-Gon stands, fighting off droids as the others rush on board the spacecraft. Obi-Wan, the freed pilots, including Rick... who's Rick Ollie?
Rick Ollie is the pilot of the ship, I think.
Oh, right. Guards and ground crew members rush on board the ship. The other pilots and guards race to Sia Bibble. After everyone has made it onto the ship, Qui-Gon jumps on board. Interior Naboo spacecraft cockpit. The pilot, he is a pilot, Rick Ollie navigates towards the massive battleship. Exterior feed, hangar entry, day, effects. The ship exits the hangar. Interior Naboo spacecraft droid hold. Jar Jar was led into a low, cramped doorway by Obi-Wan.
Now stay here and keep out of trouble.
Obi-Wan closes the door. Jar Jar looks around and sees a long row of 5 short, dome-topped astro droids, R2 units. They all look alike, except for their paint colour. They all seem to be shut down. Hello, boyos. The droids chirp and whistle in response.
I'll do this next bit. I'll do the next bit up to Rick Ollie. Interior Naboo spacecraft cockpit. The pilot, Rick Ollie, navigates the massive battleship. Qui-Gon and Captain Panaka watch. Exterior space battle FX. The Naboo spacecraft, surrounded by explosions, heads even closer towards the massive Federation battleships. Interior Naboo spacecraft cockpit. Qui-Gon enters the cockpit. I'll do Rick Ollie. There's the blockade. Obi-Wan enters the cockpit as the blockade fires upon them. Alarm sounds fill the cockpit. The shield generator's been hit. Right, carry on.
Interior Naboo spacecraft droid hold FX. A blue alarm light flashes as all the droids are activated. The droids rush to an exterior airlock. One little blue astro droid, who is especially dedicated, lets out a loud screech as he runs into Jar Jar. How rude! The blue astro droid continues to beep an exclamation as he rushes towards the airlock. The little droid enters the airlock and is ejected onto the exterior of the ship. Exterior Naboo spacecraft space FX. The little droid rolls towards the others to help with repairs. One by one, each droid is being blown away. Interior Naboo spacecraft cockpit.
We're losing droids. Fast. If we can't get the shield generators fixed, we'll be sitting ducks.
Exterior Naboo spacecraft engine space FX. The Federation battleship blows away. One more astro droid. Interior Naboo spacecraft cockpit.
The shields are gone.
Exterior Naboo spacecraft engine space FX. The blue droid is now alone as he continues to work on the ship. He connects some wires, causing sparks to fly. Interior Naboo spacecraft cockpit.
Power's back. That little droid did it. Bypassed the main power drive. Deflective shields up at maximum.
Exterior Naboo spacecraft space effects. The lone blue droid finishes his repairs and goes back into the ship. The Naboo spacecraft races away from the Federation battleship.
There's not enough power to get us to Coruscant. The hyperdrive is leaking.
We'll have to land somewhere to refuel and repair the ship.
Qui-Gon studies at a star chart on a monitor. Here, Master. Tatooine. It's small, out of the way, poor. Trade Federation has no presence there. How can you be sure?
It's controlled by the Hutts.
You can't take her Royal Highness there. The Hutts are gangsters. If they discover her...
It would be no different if we landed on a system controlled by the Federation, except the Hutts aren't looking for her, which gives us an advantage.
Captain Panaka takes a deep breath in frustration. Right,
Exterior space Federation battleship FX. The Federation battleship looms over the planet of Naboo. Interior Federation battleship conference room. Newton Runes sit around a conference table with a hologram of Darth Sidious.
And Queen Amidala, has she signed the treaty? She has disappeared, my lord. One Naboo cruiser got past the blockade. I want that treaty signed. My lord, it's impossible to locate the ship. It's out of our range. Not for the Sith. A second Sith Lord appears behind Darth Sidious. This is my apprentice, Darth Maul. He will find your lost ship. The hologram fades off. This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them.
We could not have made this bargain.
Okay, and you can take the stage directions here.
Okay. Interior Naboo spacecraft, Queen's chambers. Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, Captain Panaka, and the little blue droid stand before Queen Amidala and her 3 handmaidens, Padme, Irte, and Rabe.
An extremely well put together little droid, without a doubt. It saved the ship as well as our lives.
It is to be commended. What is its number?
The little blue droid lets out a series of bleeps. Captain Panaka leans over and scrapes some dirt off the side of the droid to read the number. R2-D2, Your Highness.
Thank you, R2-D2, Padme.
Padme bows before the Queen.
Clean this droid up best you can. It deserves our gratitude. Continue, Captain.
Captain Panaka looks nervously to Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon.
Your Highness, with your permission, we're heading to a remote planet called Tatooine. It is a system far beyond the reach of the Trade Federation.
I do not agree with the Jedi on this.
You must trust my judgment, Your Highness.
Amidala and Padme exchange looks. Interior, Naboo spacecraft, main area. Padme sits in the main area, cleaning R2-D2, the brave little astro droid. Jar Jar pops out of an open door.
Hidoi!
What?
Oh, no. I said
Padme
Hidui.
jumps. The Gungan is embarrassed that he frightened them.
Sorry, whose sir are you, sir?
I'm Padme. Jar Jar steps into the room.
Misa Cha Cha Binks.
R2 whines a little as Padme looks up from the droid. You're a Gungan, aren't you?
Uh-huh.
How did you end up here with us?
Might know now. Misa day starting pity okay day with a brisky morning munchin. Then boom! Getting very scared. Grab that Jedi, and before Misa known it, pow! Misa here.
He shrugs.
Getting very, very scared.
R2 beeps a sympathetic beep. Exterior space FX. The Naboo cruiser speeds off towards the planet Tatooine. Oh, you take this here.
Interior Naboo spacecraft cockpit. Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, and Captain Panaka watch over Rick Ollie's shoulder. A large yellow planet appears directly ahead. Rick Ollie searches his scopes.
That's it. Tatooine. There's a settlement.
Land near the outskirts. We don't want to attract any attention.
Exterior Tatooine, space. Here we are, boys. Tatooine. The ship heads towards the planet of Tatooine. Exterior Tatooine desert, Naboo spacecraft day, FX. The Naboo spacecraft lands in the desert in a swirl of dust. The spaceport of Mos Espa is seen in the distance. Okay.
Interior Naboo spacecraft engine room. Obi-Wan is hosting a hyperdrive out of a floor panel.
The hyperdrive generator's gone, Master.
That'll complicate things. Be wary. I sense a disturbance in the Force.
I feel it also, Master.
Don't let them send ant transmissions.
Ant transmissions? Any transmissions? Exterior Tatooine, desert spaceship day. They start their trek across the desert towards the city of Mos Espa. In the distance, a strange-looking caravan makes its way towards the spaceport.
Did some doing murder, Tamasa skin.
From the spaceship, Captain Panaka and Padme runs towards them. Wait! Qui-Gon stops as they catch up. Padme is dressed in rough peasant's garb. Wait! Her Highness commands you to take her handmaiden with you.
No more commands from Her Highness today, Captain. This spaceport is not going to be pleasant.
The Queen wishes it. She is curious about this planet.
This is not a good idea. Stay close to me.
Padme. He gives Padme a stern look. Exterior Mos Espa Street day. The little group walk down the main street of Mos Espa. They pass dangerous-looking citizens of all types. Padme looks around in awe at this exotic environment.
Moisture farm, for the most part. Some indigenous tribes and scavengers. A few spaceports like this one are havens for those who do not wish to be found.
Like us. Jar Jar is in a constant state of panic.
This is very, very bad. Ooh, icky goo.
He steps in oohs. Jar Jar whistles along with perfect confidence. Jar Jar's amazing. R2's doing great. Exterior Mos Espa, junk dealer plaza day. The group comes to a little plaza surrounded by several junk spaceship dealers.
We'll try one of these smaller deals.
God, it's Watto! It's Watto! I'll do Watto.
Do Watto.
They head for a little junk shop. There's a pile of broken spaceships stacked up behind it. Interior Watto's junk shop day. Qui-Gon, Jar Jar, Padme, and R2 enter the dingy junk shop greeted by Watto, a pudgy blue alien who flies on short little wings like a hummingbird. Good to know that. Watto flies over to the visitors. Chuba Danala. What do you want?
I need parts for a J-Type 327 Nubian.
Yes, a Nubian. We have lots of that. Pitnek, Navidadoyago. Boy, get in here now.
My droid here has a readout of what I need.
A disheveled boy, Anakin Skywalker, runs in from the junkyard. He's about 9 years old, very dirty, and dressed in rags. Watto turns to Anakin. Do you want to do... Oh, wait, no, I'll do Anakin as well.
Yeah, go for it.
Qui-Gon talks to Anakin, hold on. Kuna te toki malia. What took you so long? Metasa chopasa. I was cleaning the bin like you. Chat. Gana don't know wala. Me no duana no bata. What's the store? I've got some selling to do here. To Qui-Gon. So, let me take you out and back. Nilf will find what you need. R2 and Qui-Gon follow Watto towards the junkyard, leaving Jar Jar with Padme and the young boy Anakin. Jar Jar picks up a gizmo, trying to figure out its purpose. Qui-Gon takes part out of his hand and puts it back.
Don't touch anything.
Jar Jar makes a rude face to Qui-Gon's back and sticks out his long tongue. Oh yeah, he does that thing where it goes... Blah, blah, blah. Anakin sits on the counter, pretending to clean apart, staring at Padme. She's the most beautiful creature he's ever seen in his life. Padme is a little embarrassed by his stare, but he musters up an amused smile. Finally, he gets the courage to speak. Are you an angel? What? An angel? I've heard the deep space pilots talk about them. They're the most beautiful creatures in the universe. They live on the moon of Iago, I think. Padme looks at him, not knowing what to say. You're a funny little boy. How do you know so much? I listen to all the traders and star pilots that come by here. I'm a pilot, you know, and someday I'm going to fly away from this place. You're a pilot? All my life. How long have you been here? Since I was very little, 3, I think. My mom and I were sold to Gardula the Hutt, but she lost us betting on the pod races. You're a slave? Anakin looks at Padme defiantly. I'm a person. My name is Anakin. I'm sorry, I didn't fully understand. Looking around, this is a strange place to me. Anakin studies her intently. Jar Jar pushes the nose on what appears to be a little droid. It instantly comes to life, goes arms and legs, starts marching around, knocking over everything. Jar Jar holds on, but can't stop it. Hey!
What?
Hit the nose!
Oh.
Jar Jar hits the nose, and the droid collapses back into original state. Anakin Padme laugh. Exterior, Watto's junkyard behind shop day. Watto flies along as Qui-Gon walks to the junkyard. A T-14 hyperdrive generator. Feel luck, I'm the only one hereabouts who has one. But might be as well buy a new ship. It would be cheaper, I think. Seeing of which, who is going to pay for all of this?
I have 20,000 Republic dataries.
Republic credits? Republic credits are no good out here. I need something more real.
I don't have anything else, raising his hand. But credits will do fine.
No, they won't. Qui-Gon using his mind powers waves his hand again.
Credits will do fine.
No, they won't. What, do you think of some kind of Jedi waving your hand around like that? I'm a Tartarian. Mind tricks don't work on me. Only money. No money, no parts, no deal. And no one else has a T-14 hyperdrive. I promise you that. Yeah. When I did them, I was doing that gesture. Where you rub your fingers together like money. I was doing that. Anakin Padme still talking. Wouldn't have lasted long if I weren't so good at fixing things. Jar Jar pulls out a part of a stack of parts to inspect it. They all come tumbling down. He struggles to catch them, only to knock them down more. Anakin and Padme are oblivious. Qui-Gon hurries into the shop, followed by R2.
We're leaving. Jar Jar.
The stuffed Jar Jar juggling crashes to the ground. Padme gives Anakin a look. I'm glad to have met you. Padme turns and Anakin looks sad as he watches her leave. I was glad to meet you too. Jar Jar and R2 leave the shop. Watto enters, shaking his head. Demands. Think on that chaser, hope de muti nalolia. Outlanders, they think they know everything. So, you know what, do you want to read the subtitles?
Yeah, sure.
I'll do the alien language and you read the subtitles. La lova non bofeta.
They seem nice to me.
Whippaniaga, topa do ponki donko.
Clean the racks, then you can go home.
Anakin lets out a yippee, and runs out the back. Yippee. Right, okay, you can read this bit.
Interior, Naboo spacecraft, cockpit. Obi-Wan is in the cockpit of a Naboo craft. And you're sure there's nothing left on board?
A few containers of supplies, the Queen's wardrobe maybe, but nothing enough for you to barter with. Not in the amount you're talking about.
All right, I'm sure another solution will present itself. I'll check back later.
Qui-Gon puts his comlink away and starts out the main street. Jar Jar grabs him.
No again, the beings hereabouts crazy. We should be robbed and crunched. Not likely. We have nothing of value. That's our problem.
Right, you can carry on and read this.
Exterior, Mos Espa, street, market, day. There we go. There's a big bit of text for me.
Yeah.
Qui-Gon, Padme, Jar Jar, and R2. It's weird how we spell R2 in this. Moved
We
out
spell
into
it
the
like
street.
literally.
Yeah.
R2. Go on.
Jar Jar is walking behind the others. They walk by an outdoor cafe filled with a rough gang of aliens, one of which is especially ugly, Sebulba. A spider-like creature. Jar Jar stops. Apparently.
I thought it was more like a kangaroo. Anyway, go on.
Jar Jar stops for a moment in front of a stall selling dead frogs hanging on a wire. He looks around to see if anyone's looking, and sticks out his tongue and gets hold of one, pulling it into his mouth. Unfortunately, the frog is tied tightly to the wire. The vendor suddenly appears.
Hey, yo, wonga bonga.
Are you going to pay for that?
I just had surprise. Ooga, we were. It costs. Oh, go on.
It costs 7. What the hell is that?
Whoopie oopie.
Whoopie oopie.
Jar Jar opens his mouth, and the frog snatches away, ricochets around the market, lands in Sebulba's soup, splashing him. As Jar Jar moves away from the vendor, Sebulba jumps on the table and grabs the hapless gungan. Chuba!
Oops.
Jar Jar starts to whistle as he walks away. He's angry. Sebulba hops up over to Jar Jar and kicks him. Nai, Chuba, nai.
Is this yours?
Sebulba holds up the frog to the Gungan threateningly.
Who, Misa?
Sebulba grabs Jar Jar by the neck. Qui-Gon looks around Jar Jar and sees him in a fight. What, he doesn't help him? Jar Jar turns to see Anakin pushing his way next to him. The boy stands up to Sebulba, very self-assured. Chesko Sebulba, Chika Puka Omakisa, Matarikata Pompi Chopa Chawa.
Careful, Sebulba. He's a big-time outlander. I'd hate to see you dice before we race again.
Sebulba stops his assault on Jar Jar and turns to Anakin. Nai mechos wimonoki makatoki.
Next time we race, boy, it'll be the end of you.
Uta nota wasak mid wampete pompon.
If you weren't a slave, I'd squash you now.
Sebulba turns away. Tina banana mulira.
Yeah, it'd pity if you had to pay for me.
Qui-Gon, Padme, and R2 arrive. Hi!
Hi there.
Your buddy here was about to get turned into orange goo. He picked a fight with a dog, especially dangerous dog called Sebulba.
Misa hating crunching. That's the last thing Misa wanting. Nevertheless, the boy is right. You were heading for trouble. Thanks, my young friend.
I didn't help him. Though. But he could just he could have helped him in the fight. Padme looks at Anakin and smiles. He smiles back. They start walking down the crowded streets.
But Misa done nothing.
He's a real third wheel. They're just leaving him now.
Yeah, he is.
The group walks away and Sebulba chews on the frog. Okay, you can read.
Exterior, Tatooine, desert, spaceship, day. Obi-Wan stands in front of Naboo's spacecraft as the wind picks up and begins to whip at his robe. Captain Panaka exits the ship and joins him.
This storm will slow them down. It looks pretty bad. Captain Panaka's comlink sounds off. Panaka, we've received a message from home. We'll be right there. My American's starting to blend now, to be honest. All the American characters are starting to sound the same.
Yeah.
Exterior, Mos Espa Street, fruit stand day. Anakin and the group stop by the fruit stand run by jolly but very poor old lady named Jira. Here, you like these pallies. Here.
Thank you.
Qui-Gon takes them, putting them in a little pouch under his poncho, revealing for a moment his lightsaber. You do, Jira.
Oh, my bones are aching. Storm's coming up, Annie. You better get home quick.
Do you have shelter?
We'll head back to our ship.
Is it far? It's on the outskirts. You'll never reach the outskirts in time. Sandstorms are very, very dangerous. Come on, I'll take you to my place. The groups follow Anakin as he rushes down the windy street. R2 whistles along the way. Like, can you? No, don't whistle.
Oh.
Read the directions.
Exterior, Mos Espa, slave quarters, street, sandstorm, day. The wind is blowing hard as Qui-Gon, Jar Jar, and Padme follow Anakin down the street and into a slave hovel. Interior, Anakin's hovel, main room, day. Qui-Gon, Jar Jar, R2, and Padme enter a small living space.
Mom, I'm home.
This isn't cozy.
Anakin's mother, Shmi Skywalker, is a warm, friendly woman of 40, enters from her work area and is startled to see the room full of people. These are my friends, Mom.
Hello.
R2 lets out a little beep.
I'm Qui-Gon Jinn.
I'm building a droid. You want to see?
Your son was kind enough to offer us a shelter.
Come on, I'll show you 3PO. Anakin leads Padme into the other room. R2 follows, beeping all the way. Okay, you can...
Interior, Anakin's hovel, bedroom, day. R2 rolls through the doorway as Anakin shows off his droid, which is lying on his workbench. There's one eye in the head, the body, arms, and legs have no outer coverings.
Isn't he great? He's not finished yet. He's wonderful. R2 continues to have a few warbles. You really like him? He's a protocol droid to help Mom. Watch. Anakin presses a button. A droid sits up. Oh, you can do C3PO.
Okay, I'm gonna try. Now I've got to go posh.
Yeah, go posh.
Wait a second. Give me a second. It's gonna take. Got to get into character.
Yeah, get to character.
Get stiff. Oh, where is everybody?
Anakin reaches over and grabs his eye and puts it in one of the sockets.
Oh, hello. I am C3PO. Human cyborg regulations. How might I serve you?
He's perfect.
Oh, perfect.
When the storm is over, I'll show you my racer. C3PO starts to walk away as Anakin comes continues talking to Padme. Hard racer. Padme smiles at his enthusiasm. 3PO.
Oh, I'm not sure if this floor is entirely stable. Oh, hello. I don't believe I've been introduced.
R2 lets out a flurry of beeps and whistles.
R2-D2, a pleasure to meet you. I am C-3PO, Human Cyborg Regulations.
R2 lets out another series of beeps and whistles.
I beg your pardon. What do you mean, naked?
R2 beeps.
My parts are showing. My goodness.
You sound so much like him. R2 releases a laugh like Twitter. Exterior Tatooine sandstorm. The sandstorm rages on. Interior Naboo spacecraft, Queen's chambers. Right, you can read this.
Amidala, Iate, Rabbe, and Obi-Wan watch a very bad transmission of CO Bibble hologram.
The death toll is catastrophic. We must bow to their wishes. You must contact me. That's it. I've practiced that. Amidala looks upset, almost nervous. It's a trick. Send no reply. Send no transmission of any kind. Interior, Anakin's hovel, main room day. Qui-Gon listens to his comlink. Obi-Wan is in the cockpit.
Sounds like bait to establish a connection trace.
What if it's true and the people are dying?
Either way, we're running out of time.
This is I like this scene. Exterior Coruscant, balcony overlooking city, night. Darth Sidious and Darth Maul are walking along the balcony overlooking the vast city. Okay, you do Darth Maul. Make his voice scary, like really go for,
Scary.
Scary, like go like really deep.
Phil Mitchell.
No, don't. Darth Maul does not sound like Phil Mitchell. Do like, sort of go like sort of deep and intense,
Okay. You're really making my voice acting come out here.
Yeah, go on.
Tatooine is sparsely populated. If a trace was correct, I will find them quickly, Master.
Move against the Jedi first. Then you will have no difficulty in taking the Queen to Naboo to sign the treaty.
At last we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last we will have revenge.
You have been well trained, my young apprentice. There'll be no match for you. Oh, I love Darth Sidious. Doing his voice is amazing.
Yeah, I like Darth Sidious.
Thank you. I'm really trying hard with Darth Sidious. Exterior, Mos Espa, sandstorm day. Because you see them in that scene, don't you? You see them in like real life.
Yeah.
Darcy's got that like cloak and hood on, and Darth Maul has that cloak as well. Got that nice alien face. Exterior Mos Espa, sandstorm day. The giant sandstorm engulfs the town, including the Naboo spaceships on the outskirts of the city centre, where Watto ship is, and the slave quarters, where drifts of sand begin to build up against Anakin's house. Interior Anakin hovel, main room day. Do you want to take this?
Qui-Gon, Anakin, Jar Jar, and Padme are seated around a table. Jar Jar slurps his soup as Shmi walks over and pours him a drink. Jar Jar looks up at her as she moves on. R2 beeps out as he looks on from the corner of the room.
Oh, you can do Shmi as well. I think you do Shmi. Do you like your mum's voice?
My mum's voice.
Yeah. You're a mother. You're Shmi Skywalker. Do your mum's voice.
All slaves have transmitters placed inside their bodies somewhere.
I've been working on a scanner to try and locate mine.
Any attempt to escape.
And they blow you up. Boo.
How rude.
That's brutal. I don't remember that from the film. They're talking about what bombs in their bodies.
Yeah.
Is that actually in the film?
I don't
They
know.
talk about that.
I don't know.
If you try, oh my god. Right, okay, go on. I'll do Padme. I still can't believe there's slavery in the galaxy. The Republic's anti-slavery laws.
The Republic doesn't exist out here. We must survive on our own.
Jar Jar snatches some food from the bowl at the end of the table with his tongue. Padme looks at Jar Jar. Qui-Gon gives him a dirty look.
Excuse me.
Has anybody ever seen a pod race? Padme shakes her head no.
We've had pod racing on Malastair. Very fast, very dangerous.
I'm the only human that can do it.
You must have Jedi reflexes if you race pods.
Anakin smiles. Jar Jar attempts to snare another bit of food from the bowl with his tongue, but Qui-Gon, in a flash, grabs it from his thumb and forefinger. Jar Jar is startled.
Don't do that again.
Jar Jar tries to acknowledge with some silly mumbling. Qui-Gon lets go of his tongue and it snaps back to Jar Jar's mouth. You're a Jedi Knight, aren't you?
What makes you think that?
I saw your laser sword. Only Jedi carry that kind of weapon. Qui-Gon leans back and slowly smiles.
Perhaps I killed a Jedi and took it from him.
I don't think so. No one can kill a Jedi.
I wish that was so.
I had a dream I was a Jedi. I came back here to free all the slaves. Have you come to free us?
No, I'm afraid not.
I think you have. Why else would you be here? Qui-Gon thinks for a moment.
I can see there's no fooling you.
Leans forward.
We're on our way to Coruscant, the central system in Republic, on a very important mission.
How did you end up here in the Outer Rim? Our ship was damaged and we're stranded here until we can repair it. I can help. I can fix anything.
I believe you can, but first we must acquire the parts we need. We'd know nothing more like to trade.
These junk dealers These junk dealers must have a weakness of some kind.
Gambling. Everything here around about betting on those awful races. Pod racing. Greed can be a powerful ally.
I build a racer. It's the fastest ever. There's a big race tomorrow on Boonta Eve. You could enter my pod.
Anakin, Watto won't let you.
Watto doesn't know I've built it, to Qui-Gon. You can make him think it's yours and get him to let me pilot it for you. Qui-Gon looks at Smee. She is upset.
I don't want you to race. It's awful. I die every time Watto makes you do it.
But Mom, I love it. The prize money could more than pay for the parts they need.
Anakin! Your mother's right. Is there anyone friendly to the Republic who might help us?
Shmi shakes her head no. Mom, you said the biggest problem in the universe is nobody helps each other. Shmi sighs heavily. I'm sure Qui-Gon doesn't want to put your son in danger. We'll find some other way.
No, there is no other way. I may not like it, but he can help you. He was meant to help you.
Exterior, Mos Espa Street Day. Street people fill the street as a bantha and a few land speeders go by. Clean up the mess and rebuild their food stalls. Qui-Gon, Jar Jar, and Padme are walking towards Watto's shop. R2 is rolling behind them. Padme stops Qui-Gon as he's about to enter. Are you sure about this? Trusting our fate to a boy we hardly know? The Queen will not approve.
The Queen does not need to know.
Well, I don't approve. Qui-Gon, I remember he just walks off after that.
Yeah, he does.
He just says that to her and just walks off. Qui-Gon turns and knocks into the shop. Interior, Watto's drunk shop day. Qui-Gon walks in and Watto and Anakin join him. The boy tells me you want to sponsor him in a race. How can you do this? Not on Republic credits, I think.
My ship will be my entry fee.
Qui-Gon pulls a small object that looks like a watch out of his pocket, and a hologram of the Naboo spacecraft appears on a long front of Watto. He studies it. Oh, not bad, not bad. Ah, Nubian, ah.
It's in good order, except for the parts I need.
What would the boy ride? He smashed up my pod in our last race. It will take some time to fix it. Anakin is embarrassed and steps forward. It wasn't my fault, really. Someone flashed me with his vents. I actually saved the pod, mostly. That you did. The boy is good, no doubt there.
Well, I have acquired a pod in a game of chance. The fastest ever built.
I hope you didn't kill anyone I know for it. He sounds like the Count from Sesame Street.
He does.
You know what? I'll do the Count's voice now for Watto. So, you supplied the pod and the entry fee. We supplied the boy. We split the winnings 50-50, I think.
If it's going to be 50-50, I suggest you front the cash for the entry. If we win, you keep all the winnings, minus for the cost of the parts I need. If we lose, you keep my ship.
Watto thinks about it, and he tries not to be nervous.
Either way, you win.
Deal! Qui-Gon leaves the shop. You like Watto as the Count? Qui-Gon leaves the shop. Watto continue up. Yabana Pinoa Media.
Your friend is a foolish one, methinks.
It is interior Naboo spacecraft lounge. You can read that.
Obi-Wan stands in the lounge of a Naboo spacecraft, speaking to his comlink. Qui-Gon is in a back porch of a hovel.
What if this plan fails, Master? We could be stuck here for a long time.
Well, it's too dangerous to call for help now. A ship without a power supply isn't going to get us anywhere, and there was nothing about this boy.
Exterior Mos Espa slave quarters porch day. Qui-Gon puts the comlink away as Shmi comes onto the porch. Padme, Anakin, Jar Jar, and R2 work on the engines of the pod racer in the courtyard below.
You should be proud of your son. He gives without any thought of reward. Well, he knows nothing of greed. He has special powers. Yes, he can see things before they happen. That's why he appears to have such quick reflexes. It is a Jedi trait. He deserves better than a slave's life. He had been born in the Republic, we would have identified him early. The Force is unusually strong with him, that much is clear. Who is his father? There was no father. I carried him. I gave birth. I raised him. I can't explain what happened.
Qui-Gon nods.
Can you help him? I don't know. I didn't actually come here to free slaves.
Right, you can read that, the title.
Exterior, Mos Esper, slave quarters, backyard, day. Kitster, a young boy about Anakin's age. Seek, a red-headed boy of 10. Me, a girl of 9. A little girl about 6. And Wold, a Rodian, 6 years old. Join Anakin, Jar Jar, R2 and Padme securing some wiring. R2 whistles, hoots in greeting.
I'll do Kitster. Wow, a real astro droid. Oh god, he sounds like a robot. I don't know how to do a young boy's voice. I'll do.
I don't either.
Wow, a real astro droid. How do you get so lucky? This isn't the half of it. I'm entering the Boonta race tomorrow. What? With this? Wold. I'll do Wold. Una joker, Annie. Ha ha. Read the subtitle.
It sounds like Mickey Mouse.
Oh, hello. Una joker, Annie. Oh.
You're such a good joker, Annie.
Actually, you know, Wold is played by Warwick Davis.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
A me, you can do a me.
You've been working on that thing for years.
It's never gonna run. Seek, who's Seek?
Who is Seek?
Come on, let's go play ball. Keep racing, Annie. You're gonna be a bug squash. That was his laugh. He's a bully. Seek, Wold, and me, and little girl take off laughing. Jar Jar is fiddling with one of the energy binder plates. Hey, Jar Jar, keep away from those energy binders. If your hand gets caught in that beam, it'll go numb for hours. Jar Jar drops the tool he had, bends down to pick it up, and comes right into the energy binders. It makes a little electronic pop, zaps him in his mouth, and he jumps back. Jar Jar tries to say something, but his mouth is numb, and his words are garbled.
Oh, nothing is that. Nothing is it. I'm grabbing my tongue when I'm doing that.
I know you are. Yeah, I hope you do that. Jar Jar sees the tool is stuck in the engine and reaches it, but his hand gets caught instead. You got to do the tongue thing again.
Hello. Oh, hello instead. You know, I found Jar Jar creature very odd.
Jar Jar Twitter response. Kitster. You don't even know if this thing is going to run. Anakin jumps into a little capsule behind the two giant engines. It will. Qui-Gon approaches the group and gives Anakin a small battery.
I guess it's time you found out. Here, use this power charge. Come on, Kitster. Let's move the way. My nerves instead.
Your Padme sees Jar Jar trouble and walks over to help him.
What thing is that?
R2 beeps something.
You're quite right. He's very odd indeed. Oh, sensors.
Jar Jar looks at Anakin and gives him the thumbs up and walks away. Jar Jar flips the switch Anakin flips the switch and the engines ignite with a roar. Everyone looks at each other with smiles. It's working! It's working! Exterior Mos Esper slave quarters, porch day. Shmi, watching from the porch, smiles sadly. Exterior slave quarters, balcony night. Anakin sits on the balcony railings of his hovel as Qui-Gon tends to a cut. The boy leans back and looks at the vast blanket of stars in the sky.
Stay still, Annie. Let me clean this cut.
There are so many. Do they all have a system of planets?
Most of them.
Has anyone been to them all?
Not likely.
I want to be the first one to see them all. Shmi yells from inside the hovel.
Annie, bedtime.
Ouch! Qui-Gon wipes a patch of blood off Anakin's arm.
There we are. Good as new. Annie, I'm not gonna go tell you again.
Qui-Gon scrapes at Anakin's blood into a comlink chip. What are you doing?
Checking your blood for infections. You have a big day tomorrow. Good night.
Anakin rolls his eyes and runs into the hovel. Qui-Gon takes the blood-saved chip and inserts it into the comlink, then calls Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan.
Yes, Master.
I need an analysis of this blood sample I'm sending you.
Wait a minute.
I need a midi-chlorian count.
The reading's off the chart. Over 20,000. Even Master Yoda doesn't have a midi-chlorian count that high.
No Jedi has.
What does that mean?
I'm not sure.
Right, you can read this.
The Jedi Knight looks up and sees Shmi in the doorway watching him. Embarrassed, she goes back into the kitchen while Qui-Gon ponders the situation. Exterior, Tatooine, Desert Mesa, night. The sinister-looking Sith spacecraft lands on top of a desert mesa at dusk, scattering a herd of banthas. Darth Maul walks onto the edge of the mesa and studies the landscape with a pair of electro-binoculars. Picks out the lights of the 3 different cities in the distance and pushes buttons on his electronic armband. 3 football-sized probe droids float out of the ship and head off in 3 different directions towards the cities. Darth Maul stands on the mesa and watches them throughout his electro-binoculars.
Right, exterior, Mos Espa Arena, main hangar day. Race crews mill about the main hangar. Interior, Mos Espa. Oh, this is the pod race bit.
This is it.
Interior, Mos Espa Arena, main hangar day. The hangar is a large building with a dozen or so pod racers being ready for the race. Alien crews and pilots rush about, making last-minute fixes on their vehicles. Watto, Qui-Gon, and Jar Jar walk through the activity. I want to see your spaceship the moment the race is over.
Patience, my good friend. You'll have your winnings before the sun set, and we'll be far away from here.
Not if your ship belongs to me, I think. I warn you. No funny business.
You don't think Anakin will win?
Watto stops before an orange racer, taking to one side, having his shoulders and neck massaged by twin Yobanas, is Sebulba. What is a Yobana?
Dunno.
Don't get me wrong, I have faith in the boy. He's a credit to your race. But Sebulba is going to win, I think. Is the laugh a bit? Is the laugh too much?
I don't mind it, to be honest.
Is the laugh too much? Watto flies over to where Sebulba is getting massaged as Jar Jar's eyes bug out in shock.
Oh no! Why do you think that?
He always wins. I'm betting heavily on Sebulba.
I'll take that bet.
You what?
I'll wager my new racing pod against, say, the boy and his mother.
No pod's worth 2 slaves, not by a long shot.
The boy, then.
Watto thinks a bit as a Jar Jar looks around. Well, let fate decide, huh? I just happen to have a chance cube here. Blue, the boy. Red, his mother. Watto tosses the cube down. Qui-Gon lifts his hand slightly. It turns blue. Qui-Gon smiles. Watto is angry. You won the small toss, Outlander, but you won't in the race. So it makes little difference. Right, you can read this.
Anakin and Padme enter the hangar on one of the EOPs.
EOP is like a camel.
Ah, right, it's one of them things. Putting an engine, Kitster and Shmi. On the other EOP, with 3PO walking alongside, R2 trundles behind, pulling the pod. Watto flies off laughing.
Una pasica, bona paquisa, patiso, una mette chodo.
Better stop your friends betting, or I'll end up owning him too.
What do you mean by that?
I'll tell you later. Good morning.
You couldn't read this, I'm drinking.
Okay, Qui-Gon walks over there to where Shmi is seated on the EOP and helps her down. R2 beeps at 3PO. Oh my, space travel sounds rather perilous. R2 emits a series of beeps. I can assure you they'll never get me out of one of those dreadly starships.
I'll do Kitster. This is so wizard, Annie. I'm sure you'll do it this time. Do what? Finish the race, of course. You've never won a race? Well, not exactly. Not even finished? Anakin looks sheepish. Kitster's right. I will this time.
Of course you will.
Qui-Gon and Padme look at each other. Padme's concerned. Right, you can read this.
Exterior, Mos Espa Street, day. One of Darth Maul's probe droids slowly floats down the main street of Mos Espa. It looks in shops and studies people as it searches for Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, or the Queen. Exterior, Mos Espa, Desert Race Arena.
Oh, this is the big pod race bit, isn't it?
Day. Oh, God, look at the text that's literally like ahead of us.
Right, go on.
Oh, wait a minute, that's the commentators. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, no, right, come on, keep reading, we'll deal with that, keep reading.
An extreme high wide angle reveals.
Oh,
we've got a camera angle for us. Reveals a vast arena in the Tatooine desert, a large semicircular amphitheater that holds at least 100,000 people. Dominates the landscape. Large viewing platforms loom over the racetrack. Interior, Mos Espa arena announcers box. Day FX. A 2-headed announcer describes the scene.
All right, who's Foden Beeb? Right, I'll do the one that's speaking in that foreign language.
Okay, so I'm B. I'm head B.
You're head B, I'm head A. Right,
Great.
I'll just do the wackiest voice you can think of, right?
Yeah.
Togi, Tomma ciao, killa tua bunta manga. They all sound like other voices.
Here we do.
I'll do a bit of a higher one. Togi, Tomma ciao, tukuta da bunta manga da. Ossa alla russa over pod races.
That's absolutely right. And a big turnout here from all the corners of the Outer Rim territories. I see the Constants are making their way onto the starting grid.
Contestants.
That's the one.
Exterior Mos Espa, Desert Race Arena Day. On the left side of the track, across from the grandstands, a line of pod racers emerge from the large hangar, surrounded by several crew members. The pods are pulled by a variety of creatures and led by aliens carrying flags. The pilots stand facing the royal box. Ayima Bisto!
I see Ben Quadinaros from the Tund system.
Ben Quadinaros. He's the guy with the 4 pods. He's got 4 arms. Acascando d'una nupa od Petrovia!
2-time winner, Boles Raw.
Fortuna musta, o grande champion se pome de Blixtio, sal Blixita Buke.
And a late entry, Anakin Skywalker, a local boy.
Wampa Beduke. The crowd cheers as Anakin waves.
I see the flaggers are moving onto the track.
Exterior Mos Espa Arena Grandstand Day. Colourful canopies shade some of the spectators. Vendors sell barbecue creature parts and colourful drinks. Exterior Mos Espa Arena Anakin's Pod Day FX. Jar Jar is standing near an EOP who makes a stink.
Piusa.
Piusa. Despite Jar Jar, Sepulveda comes up to Anakin's pod engines and disconnects something, laughing. He continues to walk towards the cockpit where Anakin continues to connect things. Basta wasota shag, denoblanok.
You won't walk away from this one, Skywalker. You slave scum.
Just grundy that part, Slimo.
Don't get on it, slime ball.
Anakin looks the evil Sepulveda in the eye with a cold stare. Yoka no banza podo.
You're bantha fodder.
Sepulveda walks away as Qui-Gon walks up.
You all set, Annie?
Yep.
All right.
Qui-Gon picks him up in the seat and sets him down in the racer.
Remember, concentrate on a moment. Feel, don't think. Use your instincts.
I will.
May the Force be with you.
Oh, awesome. Qui-Gon steps away as Anakin puts on his helmet and goggles. Exterior, Mos Espa Arena, Raw Box Day. All the pilots bow from the waist as Jabba the Hutt enters and waves to the crowd. Al grandio lus amota perina, Jabba the Hutt. The crowd roars. Jabba moves out his box to greet the crowd. One other slug-like Hutt follows. I think that's Gardulla the Hutt.
Yeah.
Other humans and aliens. A slave girl on a chain is led alongside Jabba. Oh, I'll do Jabba, shall I?
Yeah, go on for it.
Chobaso, Tom Gachi Dunta Rulia, Don Mada Haruda Dan Wundi.
Welcome. Begin the race.
All that for those 2 lines.
Yeah.
The powerful energy binders of the various pods ignite and the engines roar. Actually, in the credits, Jabba the Hutt is listed as being played by himself. I remember that as well.
Of course he is.
Jabba the Hutt is just Jabba the Hutt himself. Exterior Mos Espa Arena viewing platform day. Shmi looks nervously to Qui-Gon as he enters the viewing platform. Padme and Jar Jar are already on board. The platform rises like an elevator.
Is he nervous? He's fine.
You Jedi are far too reckless. The Queen is not.
The Queen trusts my judgment, young handmaiden. You should too.
You assume too much. Exterior Mos Espa Arena announcers box day.
Start your engines.
Exterior Mos Espa Arena starting grid day. Anakin flips a switch and his engines come to life. The pilots flip switches. Powerful energy binders shoot between the engines. The aliens carrying large flags move off the track. Jar Jar covers his eyes.
Oh, this ain't gonna be messy. Missa no watching.
Exterior Mos Espa Arena Roblox day. Jabba bites off the head of a frog and spits it at a gong, signaling the start of the race. Bong. Exterior Mos Espa Arena starting grid day. On a bridge, there'll be a lot of directions because there's no dialogue on this bit. On a bridge over the track, a great green light at the center flashes. The pod racers shoot forward with a high-pitched scream. Anakin's engine floods and coughs, then dies. All the other pod racers except one swerve around and disappear from the track. The slave boy struggles to get his racer started. The two head announcers reports. And they're over!
Oh wait, little Skywalker has stalled.
The crowd laughs and points at the stalled craft. Oh, what a bunch of twats! Oh, the little boy, he's having a trouble. They're laughing at him. Quadraneros works frantically on his pod.
Well, it looks like Quadraneros is having engine trouble also.
Quadraneros pounds on his dashboard in frustration.
Come on, Annie.
Finally, Anakin's engines ignite. He zooms away after the receding pack of competitors, leaving one quadrupod racer still trying to get started. The two-headed announcers describe the race as it progresses.
And there goes Skywalker. Go, Annie, go. He'll be a hard press to catch up with the leaders.
Exterior, Mos Espa racetrack day. The pod racers fly across the desert. Sebulba is running neck and neck with Marhonik. They round the first turn in the track side by side. Sebulba drives his pod to his rival, forcing him to a large wall of rock formation. Marhonik crashes in a spectacular display of fire and smoke. He just murdered that man.
He's dead.
Anakin is much faster than the back end stragglers and passes them easy. You can read this bit.
One of the drivers, Gasgano, won't let Anakin by. Anakin tries to pass him on one side and is cut off. Then tries to pass him on the other side and is cut off. As they come up on a cliff drop-off, Anakin backs off and then guns it. As Gasgano goes over the cliff, Anakin accelerates so fast that he sails right over the top of Gasgano and speeds away. 4 Tusken Raiders perched above the race course fire their rifles at the pods racing in the canyon below them. One shot ricochets off the back of Anakin's pod. Looks like a few Tusken Raiders have camped out on the canyon dune turn. Exterior, Mos Espa Arena viewing platform, day. The quadrupod engines start just as the racers come around the corner. The driver, Ben Quadranos, puts it in gear and the 4 engines go off in all directions, exploding in a spectacular display. Oh, there goes Quadranos, power coupling.
I'll do this. The pod drops to the ground as Sebulba enters the arena, closely followed by all the other racers. Padme, Shmi, Jar Jar, and Qui-Gon watch another screen and look worried. Exterior, Mos Espa Arena viewing platform, day. Okay. Sebulba! Cabina chispa wata! The crowd screams. Wata is laughing with his friends. Confident in Anakin's defeat. That's how he laughs. Odie stops in the pits. Droids work on his engines. Dum 4 stands. DUM 4 stands in front of the engine and is sucked in, causing the engine to die. Dum 4 spits out the back of the engine, very bent up. The engine lets out one final wheeze, then explodes in a puff of smoke. Odie Mandrel! Kuna wunka dunko! You can say that, Odie.
Droids!
Droids indeed. Exterior Mos Espa Arena, Rawbox day. Jabba flicks a road into the balcony. Exterior Mos Espa Arena, pit arena day. R2 down in the pits with Kit Stars. That's a worried sigh. The driver of the quadrupod looks worried.
Where is Master Anakin?
R2 twitters something in response. Exterior Mos Espa Arena, viewing platform day. Qui-Gon sits quietly meditating. Padme and Shmi search the landscape for any sign of the racers. Look, here he comes! Exterior Mos Espa racetrack day FX. Sure enough, coming around the bend is Anakin, quickly gaining on the pack. The two-headed announcers describe the action and the crowd goes wild.
It looks like Skywalker is moving up in the field.
Anakin continues to gain on the pack. Tension for Shmi and Padme is unbearable. You can read this bit.
Exterior Mos Espa Arena, pit area, day FX. Kitster and Wall cheer as Anakin passes. R2 lets out an excited whistle. He has to complete 2 more circuits. Oh dear. Lap 2, Sebulba and the pack race past the main arena. The crowd stands and yells as the pod racers scream off into the distance. Exterior, Mos Espa racetrack, day effects. Anakin is powering around the corners and over the hills and cliffs, passing other racers right and left. Sebulba's in the lead. He is being challenged by another racer. Excelbri.
Zelbri, I think it is.
Sebulba slows a little, and Excelbri pulls alongside. She opens the side vent on a racer's engine, and the exhaust starts to cut through the alien's engine. The blast cuts along the engine until it fully explodes. Sebulba deftly veers away. Oh, I don't think the universe you're from, that's gotta hurt. Anakin works his way through a dense mass of racers as they zoom over a dune sea, kicking up dust. His pod shakes violently as he goes over a jump. Tusken Raiders continue to shoot at the pod racers. One of the pod racers, Odie, is hit by a blaster bolt and his whole thing explodes.
Oh dear, one shot and he's dead.
Yeah, he's also dead.
Oh dear, this is killing loads of people this race. Go on.
The exterior, Mos Espa Arena, viewing platform, day. Qui-Gon, Shmi, Padme, Jar Jar continue to look for Anakin. Here he comes! Yahoo! That's Mario there.
There's Mario. Yahoo!
At the start of the third and final laps, Bulba is in the lead, closely followed by Skywalker. Anakin finally catches up with Bulba and runs neck and neck over the rough terrain. Jar Jar, Qui-Gon, Shmi, and Padme all scream as Anakin comes through the arena. Exterior, Mos Espa racetrack, day, FX. Bulba uses his side exhaust port to try and cut through Anakin's engines. Anakin manages to avoid having his engine disabled, but is forced off course. Skywalker's been forced onto the service ramp. On a tight corner, Anakin dives into the inside and takes the lead. It's Skywalker! The crowd goes wild. Amazing! A quick controlled thrust and he's back on course. Did he crash? Bulba is furious. He stays right on Anakin's tail, crowding him and pushing him through the turns. Bulba pushes Anakin harder, and the young boy has a difficult time keeping control. Two Jawa are watching from a distance. One of the parts on Anakin's engines begins to shake loose. Skywalker's in trouble. Bulba takes the lead. Anakin sees the problem and switches over to the auxiliary system. While he's trying to accomplish this maneuver, Bulba races past him. Anakin tries to get around Bulba, to no avail. Every move Anakin makes, Bulba is able to block. Finally, Anakin fakes a move onto the inside as he usually does and tries to go around Bulba on the outside. They race side by side down a final stretch of a track. He's catching Bulba.
Ika-bunka!
Careful, Annie! Careful, Annie! Bulba veers towards Anakin and bangs into his pod. He crashes into Anakin and over. The young boy struggles to maintain control as his steering rods on the two power pods becomes hooked together. Bulba laughs at Anakin. That little human being is out of his mind.
Puda!
They race side by side.
Dongo to bongo!
As they head for the final stretch, Anakin fights to unlock the steering rods by trying to pull away from Bulba. The strain on the steering rods is tremendous. The release of tension sends Bulba into a spin as he crashes. One engine explodes, then the other. Bulba skids and slides to a smoking stop. He slams his fist against the pod in disgust.
Podo!
Anakin flies by as the crowd stands cheering. Qui-Gon, Shmi, and Padme smile. Jar Jar gets excited. Rold and Kitsa jump up and down in excitement. R2 whistles hysterically. I can't believe it. Anakin races over to the finish line. The winner.
Yeah. Right, I'll take it from here.
Yeah.
You did that entire sequence.
Yep.
Mostly by yourself. Have a bit of a drink. Interior Mos
Yeah, we'll
Espa,
do.
Arena announcers box day. The two-headed announcer excitedly calls the finish.
I'll do this one and I'll have a sip.
Yeah, I'll
The
read.
crowds are going nuts. Oh ah, oh ah.
Rocks head in tandem with partner. Exterior Mos Espa Arena day. As Anakin stops the pod race, the Kitster turns up and they embrace. Hundreds of spectators join them and Anakin's put on their shoulders, marching off, cheering and chanting. Qui-Gon, Shmi, Padme and Jar Jar rush over to him. Mom, I did it! Yeah! Interior Mos Espa Arena private box day. Several aliens leave Watto's box, laughing and counting their money. Watto's angry. Interior Mos Espa Arena royal box day. Jabba sits asleep in his box. His Twi'lek major domo slaps him on the shoulder, letting him know the race is over. Jabba's been asleep. Exterior Mos Espa Arena main hangar day. The main hangar is almost deserted as racers depart. Interior Mos Espa Arena main hangar day. Jar Jar picks up Anakin and gives him a great hug.
Great job, Annie.
Then Padme gives him a hug. We owe you everything, Annie. Then Shmi gives him a kiss.
It's so wonderful, Annie. You put hope to those who have none. I'm so very proud of you.
Interior Mos Espa Arena private box day. Watto sees Qui-Gon standing in the doorway. You swindled me. You knew the boy was going to win. Somehow you knew it. I lost everything. Watto flies up to Qui-Gon and puts his face right up against Qui-Gon's. Qui-Gon simply smiles.
Whenever you gamble, my friend, eventually you'll lose. Bring the parts to the main hangar. I'll come back by your shop later so you can release the boy.
You can't have him, it wasn't a fair bet.
Would you like to discuss it with the Huts? I'm sure they can settle this.
Take him. Qui-Gon nods and starts to leave. Exterior Tatooine, desert, Naboo spacecraft day. R2 cruises ahead of Qui-Gon and Padme, who are riding one of the OPs. Don't rides the other. They stop in front of the sleek Naboo spacecraft. Obi-Wan comes out of the ship and joins them.
Well, we have all the essential parts we need. I'm going back. Some unfinished business. I won't be long.
Why do I sense we've picked up another pathetic life form?
It's the boy who's responsible for getting those parts. Get this hyperdrive generator installed.
Yes, Master. It shouldn't take long. Qui-Gon turns and rides back to town on the OP. Exterior Tatooine, street, slave quarters day. Farther down the street, Qui-Gon and Anakin head towards Anakin's hovel. Qui-Gon takes a handful of credits from beneath his poncho and hands them to the boy.
Hi!
Yes! Interior, Anakin's hovel, main room day. Smee is cleaning up as Anakin bursts through the door, followed by Qui-Gon. Mom, I sold the part. Look at all the money we have. His voice has gotten higher.
It has.
Anakin, he's going in reverse puberty.
It's going the opposite.
Anakin pulls a bag of coins out his pocket.
Oh my goodness. That's wonderful, Annie. And Anakin has been freed.
What?
You are no longer a slave.
Did you hear that? There you go. That's better.
That's better. Now you can make your own dreams come true, Annie. You're free. Will you take him with you? Is he to become a Jedi? Yes. Our meeting was not a coincidence. Nothing happens by accident.
You mean I get to come with you in your starship? And Qui-Gon kneels down to the boy.
Anakin, training to become a Jedi is not an easy challenge. If you succeed, it's a hard life.
But I want to go. It's what I've always dreamed of doing. Can I go, Mom?
Anakin, this path has been placed for you. The choice is yours alone.
Anakin thinks a bit as he looks to his mother. I want to do it.
Then pack your things. We haven't much time.
Yippee! Anakin hugs. This is full of yippies. Anakin hugs his mum and starts for the other room, then stops. Anakin's realised something. What about Mom? Is she free too?
I tried to free your mother, Annie, but Botta wouldn't have it.
You're coming too, aren't you, Mom?
Son, my place is here. My future is here. It's time for you to let go.
I don't want things to change.
But you can't stop change anymore, and you can't stop the sun from setting. Now hurry.
Anakin Smee hug. Anakin runs into the other room.
Thank you. I'll watch over him. You have my word. Will you be alright?
Interior Anakin's hovel, bedroom day. Anakin hurries to the last of his things into his backpack. He walks over and pushes a button on the droid to wake him up. 3PO stares at him blankly.
Oh my. Oh, hello, Master Anakin.
Well, 3PO, I'm free, and I'm going away in a starship.
Master Annie, you are my maker, and I wish you well. However, I should prefer it if I were a little more completed.
I'm sorry I wasn't able to finish you, 3PO, give you coverings and all. I'm going to miss working on you. You've been a great pal. I'll make sure Mom doesn't sell you or anything. 3PO stares at Anakin as he rushes out of the room.
Sell me?
Bye. Exterior Mos Espa Street. Slave quarters day. Qui-Gon and Anakin exit the hovel. Shmi stands at the doorway as Qui-Gon and Anakin walk down the street. Then Anakin stops to look back at his mother standing in the doorway. He turns to Qui-Gon, then turns and runs back to his mother. Shmi hugs Anakin. Qui-Gon watches from the distance. She kneels down and looks him in the face. I can't do it, Mom. I just can't do it.
Annie.
Will I? His voice went higher than it was all.
It did.
Will I ever see you again? There we go. That's better.
What does your heart tell you?
I hope so. Yes, I guess.
Then we will see each other again.
I will come back and free you, Mom. I promise.
Now be brave and don't look back. Don't look back.
Shmi hugs Anakin, and then she turns around through his face and Qui-Gon, and off he marches, like the brave little trooper that he is. He marches quite past Qui-Gon, staring straight ahead, tears in his eyes, determined not to look back. Right, okay. Oh, this is a good bit. Exterior Qui-Gon, Desert Mesa day. The probe droid beeps and whistles to Darth Maul. The Sith Lord gets on his speeder bike and follows the probe droid into Mos Espa. Exterior Tatooine, desert, Naboo spacecraft day. Qui-Gon and Anakin run towards the Naboo spacecraft. Anakin's having a hard time keeping up. Qui-Gon, sir, wait, I'm tired. Qui-Gon turns to Answer and sees a dark cloaked figure bearing down on a speeder bike.
Anakin, drop.
Anakin drops to the ground as Darth Maul sweeps over him. Darth Maul jumps off his speeder bike before he's hit the ground. The Sith Lord has swung a death blow with his laser sword that's barely blocked by Qui-Gon. Anakin picks himself up. The two galactic warriors, Sith and Jedi, are bashing each other with incredible blows. They move in a continual cloud of dust. I remember this, actually. Smashing everything around them. This is a fierce fight. Anakin gets up, bewildered by the confrontation.
Annie, tell them to take off.
Qui-Gon struggles to fend off the relentless onslaught as Anakin races up to the ship. Interior in the spacecraft cockpit. Captain Panaka, Anakin and Padme rush into the cockpit where Obi-Wan and Rick Ollie are checking the hyperdrive. Qui-Gon's in trouble. Fly off. Over there. Fly low. In the distance is a small cloud of dust. You can read this bit.
Exterior, Tatooine, desert, Naboo spacecraft, day. Qui-Gon and Darth Maul continue their sword battle, leaping over one another in an incredible display of acrobatics. The two warriors hear the ship fly over them a few feet off the ground. Qui-Gon almost disappears for a moment. Before Darth Maul knows what's happening, Qui-Gon is on the spacecraft's ramp. Exterior, Tatooine, Naboo spacecraft ramp, day. The ramp closes, and Naboo craft rockets away, leaving the Sith Lord standing alone. Exterior, space, Naboo spacecraft. The sleek spacecraft rockets away from the planet Tatooine. Interior, Naboo spacecraft, hallway. Anakin and Obi-Wan rush into the hallway to find Qui-Gon collapsed on the floor opposite the entry. R2 is looking over him. The Jedi is breathing hard, wet with sweat and covered in dirt. Anakin and Obi-Wan come through the door.
Are you all right?
I think so.
What was it?
I'm not sure, but he was well trained in the Jedi arts. My guess is he was after the Queen.
What are we going to do about it? Obi-Wan gives Anakin a "who are you" look. Anakin returns an innocent stare.
We will be patient. Anakin Skywalker, meet Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Hi, you're a Jedi too? Pleased to meet you. Cut off all my limbs in about 5 years. Obi-Wan, no, in about 15 years, sorry. Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon look at each other. Exterior space, Naboo spacecraft FX. The ship flies away from Tatooine. But you can do this bit.
Exterior, feed, night, FX. The palace can be seen in the distance. Interior, Naboo palace, throne room, feed, night. Newt sits in a strange, mechanical walking chair, which moves beside Co. Bibble. A group of armed guard droids march behind them.
Your queen is lost. Your people are starving. And you are now going to die much sooner than your people, I'm afraid. This invasion will gain you nothing. We're a democracy. The people have decided. Tuck him away. Bibble is taken away as OM9 approaches Newt. My troops are in position to begin searching the swamps for these rumored underwater villages. They will not stay hidden for long. Is he like that? My droid voice. Interior Naboo spacecraft, main area. The ship is asleep. The lights are dim as Padme walks into her main room. She goes to a monitor and watches the Bibble plea recording. Jar Jar stretched out on a chair, snoring. R2 is two at one side, cooing as he rests. Padme appears tired. She senses someone watching her and turns around with a start. She sees Anakin sitting in the corner, shivering and looking very dejected. Are you all right? It's very cold. She goes over to him. She looks up at him with tears in her eyes. In his eyes. He is holding his arms to keep himself warm. Padme gives him her overjacket. You come from a warm planet, Annie. A little too warm for my tastes. Space is cold. You seem sad. The Queen is worried. Her people are suffering, dying. She must convince the Senate to intervene. I'm not sure what will happen. He pulls something from his pocket. I made this for you, so you remember me. I carved it out of a Japor snippet. It will bring you good fortune. Anakin hands a wooden pendant to Padme. She inspects it and puts it around her neck. It's beautiful. But I don't need this to remember you by. Many things will change when we reach the capital, Annie. My caring for you will remain. I care for you too, only Anakin is disturbed by something. Tears are in his eyes. Miss your mother. Anakin looks at her, unable to speak. She hugs him. Oh, that wasn't so bad, actually. All right, you can read this.
Exterior, space, planet Coruscant. Move with the ship as it heads towards Coruscant. Interior, Coruscant, cityscape, Naboo spacecraft, day, FX. The spacecraft flies over the endless cityscape of Coruscant, the capital of the galaxy. Interior Naboo spacecraft, cockpit. Anakin looks out of the cockpit window in awe.
Coruscant. The entire planet is one big city. There's Chancellor Valorum Subtle. And look over there. Senator Palpatine is waiting for us.
Interior Naboo spacecraft, day, FX. The ship flies through the cityscape of Coruscant. Exterior, Coruscant, Senate landing platform, day. Supreme Chancellor Valorum. Several guards and Senator Palpatine stand on a landing platform. The sleek Naboo spacecraft lands on a platform high above the street level of the galactic capital. The ramp lowers. Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, Jar Jar and Anakin descend the ramp first and bow before Palpatine and Valorum. Captain Panaka, 2 guards, Queen Amidala, then Padme, Rabbe, Iate, and more guards descend the ramp. Queen Amidala stops before the group. Anakin and Jar Jar stand to one side, looking at the huge city. Padme smiles at Anakin. Palpatine bows before the Queen.
Howdy, Palpatine. It is a great gift to see you alive, Your Majesty. With the communication breakdown, we've become very concerned. I'm anxious to hear a report on the situation. May I present Supreme Chancellor Valorum? You can do Valorum.
Welcome, Your Highness. It is an honor to finally meet you in person. Oh, it's me again.
You're also Amidala.
Thank you, Supreme Chancellor. I must rely to you how distressed everyone is over the current situation. I've called you for a special session of the Senate to hear your position. I am grateful for your concern, Chancellor.
Palpatine starts to lead Queen Amidala and her retinue across the platform towards a waiting air taxi. There is a question of procedure, but I feel confident that we can overcome it. Jar Jar and Anakin. Palpatine's such a nice man, isn't he? He's such a nice,
It's great.
gentle fellow.
Oh, yeah.
Jar Jar and Anakin follow the Queen, Padme, Palpatine, Rabbe and Ite to the taxi. Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan stop to speak with Valorum as they watch the group head towards the taxi.
I must speak with the Jedi Council immediately. The situation has become more complicated.
No, you can read this in a second.
Interior, Palpatine's quarters. Afternoon. What?
Afternoon.
It is afternoon. Okay, afternoon. Day. God, this script, Queen Amidala is sitting listening to Palpatine. Iate and Rebbe stand behind the Queen. Padme is nowhere to be seen. Anakin and Jar Jar are waiting in the adjoining room. They can see the Queen, but cannot hear what is being said. Captain Panaka enters, and goes into the room with Queen Amidala. Interior, Palpatine's quarters, living area, day. Palpatine is pacing as Captain Panaka enters. Iate and Rebbe stand to one side.
The Republic is not what it once was. The Senate is full of greedy, squabbling delegates. There is no interest in the common good. I must be frank, Your Majesty. There is little chance the Senate will act on the invasion.
Chancellor Valorum seems to think there is hope.
If I may say so, Your Majesty, the Chancellor has little real power. He is mired by baseless accusations of corruption. The bureaucrats are in charge now.
What options have we?
Our best choice would be to push for the election of a stronger Supreme Chancellor, one who will take control of the bureaucrats and give us justice. You could call for a vote of no confidence in Chancellor Valorum.
He has been our strongest supporter.
Our only choice would be to submit a plea to the courts.
The courts take even longer to decide things than the Senate. Our people are dying, Senator. We must do something quickly to stop the Federation.
To be realistic, Your Majesty, I think we're going to have to accept Federation control for the time being.
That is something I cannot do.
Exterior, Temple of the Jedi, day, FX. A unique building with its tall spires stand out against the Coruscant skyline. A small transport passes by the vast temple. You can do this.
Interior, Temple of the Jedi, Council Chambers, day. Qui-Gon stands in a tall, stately room.
Oh, it's the Jedi Council.
12, oh god, a lot of Yoda I have from Jesus Christ.
Right, okay, come on.
12 Jedi sit in a semicircle. Obi-Wan stands behind Qui-Gon in the centre of the room. The senior Jedi is Mace Windu. To his left is an alien Jedi named Ki-Adi-Mundi. And to the right, the Jedi Master Yoda. He was trained in the Jedi arts. My only conclusion can be that it was a Sith Lord.
Impossible. The Sith have been extinct for a millennium. You can do Mace. You can do Mace Windu.
I'm trying to think how Samuel Jackson sounds.
Right, try and do Samuel. Can you do Samuel Jackson?
I'm trying to think how he sounds.
Oh.
He's a very aggressive, he's a very aggressive sounding man.
Yeah, try and do aggressive, yeah.
He was trained in Jedi arts, so the conclusion could be that it was a Sith Lord.
That's Qui-Gon.
It is Qui-Gon, isn't it?
Yeah, Mace Windu is below Ki-Adi.
Try that again. I do not believe the Sith should have returned without us knowing.
Hard to see. The dark side is. How do Yoda?
You can happily do, Yoda.
Yeah.
We'll use all our resources here to unravel a mystery and discover the identity of your attacker. May the Force be with you.
Obi-Wan turns and leaves, but Qui-Gon continues to face the council. Master Qui-Gon, more to say, have you?
With your permission, my master, I've encountered a divergence in the Force.
A virgins, you say?
Located around a person. A boy. His cells have the highest concentration of midi-chlorians I have ever seen in a life form. It is possible he was conceived by the midi-chlorians. You're referring to the prophecy of one you will bring a balance to the Force. You believe it is this boy. I don't presume.
But you do. Revealed, your opinion is.
I request the boy be tested, master.
The Jedi all look to one another. They nod and turn back to Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. Trained as a Jedi, you request for him.
Finding him was the will of the Force. I have no doubt of that. Bring him before us, then.
My Yoda could use work. I've not worked on my Yoda for a while. Yes. I sound like that. The Skeksis from Darth Crystal.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Interior Queen's Quarters, Coruscant Day. Anakin tentatively walks down one of the long hallways and Senator Palpatine's quarters. He stops before a door that is flanked by a guard. The guard speaks to his comic as Anakin looks around a bit nervously. You can do the guard.
The boy is here to see Padme.
Let him in. The door opens. Anakin enters the Queen's quarters. Rabe greets Anakin. Two of the handmaidens come and go into the next room. I'm sorry, Annie, but Padme isn't here right now. The Queen speaks out in the next room.
Who is this?
Anakin Skywalker, here to see Padme, Your Highness. The Queen moves into the doorway and studies Anakin. Anakin bows and looks down and takes a peek at her.
I sent Padme on an errand.
I'm on my way to the Jedi Temple to start my training, I hope. The Queen just stares at him. I may not see her again, so I came to say goodbye.
We would tell her for you. We are sure her heart goes with you.
Anakin bows again. Thank you, Your Highness. The Queen disappears behind a doorway and Anakin exits. Exterior Coruscant, Galactic Senate Building, day effects. A large, distinctive-looking dome building stands out amid the cityscape of Coruscant. You can do the...
Interior, main rotunda, Galactic Senate, day. The Senate chambers are huge. Thousands of senators and their aides sit in the circular assembly area. Chancellor Valorum sits in an elevated area in the center. Senator Palpatine, Queen Amidala, Iata, Rabe, and Captain Panaka sit in the Naboo congressional box, which is actually a floating platform. The chair recognizes the senator from the sovereign system of Naboo.
The Naboo congressional box floats into the center. Supreme Chancellor, delegates of the Senate. A tragedy has occurred which started with the taxation of trade routes and has now engulfed our entire planet in the oppression of the Trade Federation. A second box rushes into the center of the Senate. It is filled with Federation trade balance led by Lot Dodd, the Senator of the Federation. I'll do Lot Dodd. This is outrageous. I object to the Senator's statements.
The chair does not recognize the senator from the Trade Federation at this time. Please return to your station.
Lot Dodd reluctantly moves back to his place. I don't understand why in the sovereign Senate of the Republic we have a senator who is representing a corporate company.
Yeah.
The Trade Federation is a company. Why is Lot Dodd a senator for the trade? It's not a planet. The Trade Federation isn't a planet. It's a business. That's like having someone from Google in the US Senate.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Palpatine. To state our allegations, I present Queen Amidala, recently elected ruler of the Naboo, who speaks on our behalf. Queen Amidala stands and addresses the assembly. There is some applause.
Honourable representatives of the Republic, I come to you under the greatest circumstances. The Bruce system has been invaded by the droid armies of the trade.
I object. There is no proof. This is incredible. We recommend the commission be sent to Naboo to ascertain the truth. A third box representing Malastare moved into the center of the room. Axmo, the ambassador, addresses the convention. I'll do Axmo. The Congress of Malastare concurs with the honourable delegate from the Trade Federation. A commission must be appointed.
The point?
Valorum confers with several of his aides and Vice Chairman Mos Ameda. Palpatine whispers something to the Queen and to the bureaucrats, the true rulers of the Republic, and on the payroll of the Trade Federation, I might add. This is where Chancellor Valorum's strength will disappear.
The point is conceded. Will you defer your motion to allow a commission to explore the validity of your accusations?
Queen Amidala is angry but remains
No.
composed.
I will not defer. It's very bad. I've come before you to resolve this attack on our sovereignty now. I was not elected to watch my people suffer and die while you discuss this invasion of the committee. If his body is not capable of action, I suggest new leadership is needed. I move for a vote of no confidence in Chancellor Valorum's leadership.
This causes a great stir in the assembly. A loud murmur crescendos into a roar of approval and jeers. Vote now, vote now, vote now. Chancellor Valorum is stunned and stands back, speechless. His vice chair, Moss Amida, takes over. Order! Order! Things settle down a little. The Federation box settles next to Amidala. Padme stands next to Amidala. Now they will elect a new Chancellor. A strong Chancellor who will not let our tragedy continue. Exterior palace of the Jedi, balcony sunset. Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon stand outside the palace on a balcony. The boy will not pass the council's tests, Master. He's too old.
Anakin will become a Jedi, I promise you.
Do not defy the council, Master. Not again.
I shall do what I must, Obi-Wan.
If you would just follow the code, you would be on the council. They will not go along with you this time.
You still have much to learn, my young apprentice.
Interior Palace of the Jedi, Council Chambers sunset. Anakin stands before the 12 Jedi. Mace Windu holds a small handheld viewing screen. In rapid succession, images flash across the screen. A ship, a cup, a ship, a speeder. Mace Windu turns the viewing screen off and nods towards Yoda. How feel you? Cold, sir. Afraid, are you? No, sir. See through you. We can.
Be mindful of your feelings.
Your thoughts dwell on your mother. I miss her. Afraid to lose her, I think. What's that got to do with anything? Everything. Fear is a path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. I sense much fear in you. Interior, Palpatine Quarters, sunset. You could read this bit.
Queen Amidala is standing, staring out the window, with Jar Jar, the lights of the city shimmer before them. Irte and Sabe stand near the door. Jar Jar turns to face the Queen, sees her sadness. You start thinking you said people gonna die. I don't know. Gungans get past it too, eh? I hope not. Gungans not dying without a fight. We's are warriors. We's got a grand army. That's why you son not liking us, Mr. Stinks.
Palpatine and Captain Panaka rush into the room and bow before the Queen. Your Highness, Your Highness. Senator Palpatine has been nominated to succeed Valorum as Supreme Chancellor. A surprise, to be sure, but a welcome one. Your Majesty, if I am elected, I promise to put an end to corruption.
Who else can be nominated?
Bail Antilles of Alderaan and Ailey Team of Malastare. I feel confident our situation will create a strong sympathy vote for us. I will be Chancellor.
I favour a time of control of a bureaucrat, Senator. No anything left of our people, our way of life.
I understand your concern, Your Majesty. Unfortunately, the Federation has possession of our planet.
Senator, this is your area. I feel I must return to mine. I've decided to go back to Naboo.
Go back? But, Your Majesty, be realistic. They'll force you to sign the treaty.
I will sign no treaty, Senator. My face will be no different from that of our people, Captain.
Your Highness?
Ready my ship.
Please, Your Majesty, stay here where it's safe.
It is clear to me now that the Republic no longer functions. I pray you will bring sanity and compassion back to the Senate.
Oh, yeah, I bet he will. Amidala and her retinue exit the room. Palpatine is straight-faced. Interior, Temple of the Jedi, Council Chambers, twilight. Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Qui-Gon stand before the 12 members of the Jedi Council. The Force is strong with him.
He is to be trained, then?
The Council members look to one another.
No, he will not be trained.
Anakin is crestfallen and stares at Mace.
He is too old. He is the chosen one. You must see it.
Clouded, the boy's future is.
I will train him. Then, I take Anakin as my Padawan learner.
Obi-Wan reacts with surprise. Anakin watches with interest. An apprentice you have, Qui-Gon. Impossible to take on a second.
The code forbids it. Obi-Wan is ready.
I am ready to face the trials. Your own counsel we will keep on. Who is ready?
He is headstrong. He has much to learn of the Force, but he is capable. There's little more he can learn from me.
Young Skywalker's fate will be decided later.
Now is the time for this. The Senate is voting for a new Supreme Chancellor. Queen Amidala is returning home, which will put pressure on the Federation and could even widen the confrontation.
And draw out the Queen's attacker.
Go with the Queen to Naboo and discover the identity of the Dark Warrior. That is the clue we need to unravel the mystery of the Sith.
May the Force be with you. Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, Anakin bow and leave. Exterior Coruscant, Senate landing platform night. Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, and Anakin stand on the landing platform outside the ship. R2 whistles a happy tune. The wind whips Anakin as he listens to the Jedi. It's not disrespect, Master, it is the truth.
From your point of view,
the boy is dangerous. They all sense it. Why can't you?
His fate is uncertain. He's not dangerous. The Council will decide Anakin's future. That should be enough for you. Now get on board.
Obi-Wan reluctantly boards the Naboo spacecraft. Qui-Gon goes over to Anakin, who's standing next to R2. Master Qui-Gon, sir, I don't want to be a problem.
You won't be, Annie. I'm not allowed to train you. So I want you to watch me and be mindful.
R2 turns and rolls over to the edge of the platform, watching the traffic.
Always remember, your focus determines your reality. Stay close to me and you will be safe.
Master, sir, I heard Yoda talking about midi-chlorians. I was wondering, what are midi-chlorians?
Midi-chlorians are a microscopic life form that reside within all living cells.
They live inside of me?
In your cells, yes. And we are symbionts with them.
Symbionts?
Life forms living together for mutual advantage. Without the midi-chlorians, life could not exist. It would have no knowledge of the Force. They continually speak to us, telling us the will of the Force. When you learn to quiet your mind, you will hear them speaking to you.
I don't understand.
With time and training, Annie, you will. You will.
Two taxis pull up. Captain Panaka, Queen Amidala, for the Jedi.
Your Majesty, it is our pleasure to continue to serve and protect you. I welcome your ship, Senator Palpatine. Senator Palpatine fears the Federation means to destroy me. I assure you, I will not let that happen.
Amidala enters the ship, followed by her handmaidens. Jar Jar hugs Qui-Gon and Anakin.
We start going home.
Come on, R2. They all move on to the ship. The ship picks off. You can read this bit.
Interior, Naboo Palace, throne room, feed, night. Newton rooms stand before a hologram of Darth Sidious.
Is the planet secure? We have taken over the last pocket of primitive life forms. We are in complete control of the planet now. Good. I will see to it that in the Senate things stay as they are. I'm sending my apprentice, Darth Maul, to join you. Yes, my lord. Darth Sidious fades off.
A Sith Lord here?
You sound so urgent. Interior space. Naboo spacecraft cockpit. Anakin stands next to the pilot, Rick Ollie, pointing out various buttons and gauges. Those are the forward stabilizers, and those two control the pitch. You catch on pretty quick. Interior Naboo spacecraft, Queen's chambers. Sabe and Urte stand behind Queen Amidala as she talks with Qui-Gon and Captain Panaka. Obi-Wan and Jar Jar watch. As soon as we land, the Federation will arrest you and force you to sign the treaty.
I agree. I'm not sure why you wish to accomplish that by this. I would take back what's ours.
There are too few of us, Your Highness. We have no army.
I can only protect you. I cannot fight a war for you. Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar Binks looks around, puzzled.
Me, sir? Your Highness? Yes, I need your help.
Interior, Naboo cruiser cockpit day. Naboo cruiser heads towards the lush green planet. There's only one Federation battleship orbiting. Obi-Wan and Captain Panaka spot it on the screen view. I have one battleship on my scope. It's a droid control ship. They've probably spotted us. We haven't much time. You can read this.
Interior, Naboo spacecraft, main hold. The Queen, Captain Panaka, troops, and handmaidens get ready to disembark as the ship lands deep within the forest. Exterior, Naboo swamp, day. The Naboo spacecraft has landed in the Gungan swamp. Troops unload the ships in the background as Obi-Wan approaches Qui-Gon.
Jar Jar is on his way to the Gungan city, Master. Qui-Gon's thoughts are elsewhere.
Good.
Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon stand silently for a moment. Do you think the Queen's idea will work?
The Gungans will not easily be swayed. and we cannot use our power to help her.
I'm sorry for my behaviour, Master. It's not my place to disagree with you about the boy, and I am grateful you think I'm ready to take trials. Qui-Gon looks at him for a long moment.
You've been a good apprentice, Obi-Wan, and you're a much wiser man than I am. I foresee you will become a great Jedi Knight.
Exterior, Naboo Swamp Lake Day. Jar Jar exits the Swamp Lake and walks over to Captain Panaka, Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, Queen Amidala, Padme, Urti, Robbie, Anakin, R2, 4 pilots and 8 guards stand in the background near the starship.
There's nobody there. The Gungan city is deserted. Some kind of fight, Misa thinks.
Do you think they've been taken to camps? More likely they were wiped out.
Misa no think so. Do you know where they are, Jar Jar? We're in trouble. Gungans go to sacred place. Misa show you. Come on, Misa show you.
Exterior, Naboo Swamp Day. The group follows Jar Jar as he moves through the swamp. Jar Jar stops to sniff the air. The group stops behind him. Exterior, Naboo Sacred Temple Ruins Day. Jar Jar, Queen Amidala, Anakin, R2, Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, Padme, Robbie, Urte, and the rest of the group are led through the clearing full of Gungan refugees. At the far end of the ruins are a grand temple with massive carved heads. Oh, I remember these. Boss Nass and several other council members walk at the top of a 3/4 submerged head. Your Honor, Queen Amidala of the Naboo.
Ah, hello there. You big boss Nass, Your Honor.
Jar Jar Binks, who said this us and others? Queen Amidala steps forward and Captain Panaka and the Jedi stand behind her.
I am Queen Amidala of Naboo. I come before you in peace.
Ah, Naboo Bigan, you saw bringing the mechanics, you saw all bombard. Captain, what is that voice for Boss Nass?
I don't know.
It's Brian Blessed that does Boss Nass's voice. It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to do deep Brian Blessed. But it's coming out some kind of Jamaican sort of Jamaican Brian Blessed. Captain Panaka and half a dozen guards and pilots look around nervously. The Gungan troops lower their long power poles. The Jedi stay relaxed. Anakin watches everything with great interest.
We have searched you out because we wish to form an alliance.
Suddenly, Padme steps forward. Your Honor, who said this? I am Queen Amidala. Jar Jar and Anakin are stunned. Are you stunned? Padme points to the Queen. This is my decoy, my protection, my loyal bodyguard. Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon give each other a knowing look. I'm sorry for my deception, but it was necessary to protect myself. Although we do not always agree, Your Honor, our two great societies have always lived in peace. The Trade Federation has destroyed all that we worked so hard to build. If we do not act quickly, all will be lost forever. I ask you to help us. Padme drops to her knees before the Gungans. No, I beg you to help us. We are your humble servants. There's a gasp from Captain Panaka, his troops, and the handmaidens. Our fate is in your hands. You can read that bit.
Slowly, Captain Panaka and his troops bow down before the Gungan Council. Then, the handmaidens, Anakin, and finally the Jedi. The Gungans are puzzled by this. Boss Nass begins to laugh.
You are no thinking you are greater than the Gungans. Me like this. Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan smile at each other. We saw being friends. He does that thing, does it? He goes.
Yeah, it does.
Padme, that's exactly what he does. God, my head hurts after doing that. Padme and the others start to smile and laugh at the situation. Interior, Naboo Palace, Throne Room Day. Right, you can do this bit.
Newt, Rune, and Darth Maul walk with a hologram of Darth Sidious.
We've sent our patrols. We've already located their starship in the swamp. It won't be long, my lord. This is an unexpected move for her. It's too aggressive. Lord Maul, be mindful. Let them make the first move.
Yes, my master.
Exterior, Naboo edge of swamp. I hope you enjoyed Darth Maul's lines because that's the last line he's going to have.
There he goes.
There goes all of Darth Maul's lines. No more. Exterior. I hope you liked it. I hope you liked that voice because you'll never use it again. Exterior, Naboo edge of swamp, grass plain today. A Gungan sentry sits on top of an ancient temple head, searching the landscape with a pair of electro binoculars. He sees something and yells down at Anakin at the foot of the statue. There's a coming! All right. Anakin yells and runs over to Padme and the Jedi, who are discussing a battle plan with 5 Gungan generals. They're here. Good. They made it. You can read this bit.
3 speeders pull up to the group. Captain Panaka and a dozen or so guards and pilots pile out and join the group. Boss Nass puts his arms around Jar Jar.
You saw doing grand. Jar Jar bringing you saw Unanabu together.
Oh no, no.
So we shall make use Bombard General.
General? Oh no.
You can read that.
Jar Jar's eyes fall back as his tongue flops out as he faints. Boss Nass laughs and walks over to where Captain Panaka is talking with Padme and the Jedi.
What's the situation? Almost everyone's in camps. A few hundred police and guards have formed an underground resistance movement. I brought back as many of the leaders as I could. The Federation's army is much larger than we thought, and much stronger, Your Highness. This is a battle I do not think we can win. The battle is a diversion. The Gungans must draw the droid armies away from the cities. R2, we can enter the city using a secret passage on the waterfall side. Once we get to the main entrance, Captain Panaka will create a diversion. Then we can enter the palace and capture the Viceroy. Without the Viceroy, they will be lost and confused. Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan look on with interest. What do you think, Master Jedi?
The Viceroy would be well guarded.
The difficulty is getting it into the throne room. Once we're inside, we shouldn't have a problem.
There is a possibility with this diversion, many Gungans will be killed.
We are ready to do our support. Anakin watches with interest. We have a plan which should immobilize the droid army. We'll send what pilots we have to knock off the droid control ship orbiting the planet.
A well-conceived plan. However, there's great risk. Weapons on your fighters may not penetrate shields.
There's an even bigger danger. If the Viceroy escapes, Your Highness, he will return with another droid army. Well, that is why we must not fail to get the Viceroy. Everything depends on it. Right, you can read them.
Interior, feed, palace, throne room, day. Newt, Rune, Darth Maul, OOM9, and a hologram of Darth Sidious walk through the throne room.
She is more foolish than I thought. We are sending more troops to meet this army assembling in the swamp. It appears to be made up of primitives. This will work to our advantage. I have your approval to proceed then, my lord. Wipe them out. All of them. Interior in the Naboo Swamp Lake, day. All is peaceful. Suddenly there is a disturbance in the middle of the lake. A rush of bubbles. Then a Gungan soldier riding a cardo emerges from the fog, followed by several others. Soldiers on huge lizard-like fambers?
Yeah, I guess so.
With there's those big cow things with the shields on their backs. With large generators mounted on their backs, follow the marching warriors. The Gungan army heads out of the swamp onto the rolling grassy hills. Hundreds of Gungan warriors march in long lines towards the horizon. The Gungan General... what? Who's that? I thought it was General Topless. I thought it was Captain Topless. Sees the tanks and the original as a whole. The Gungans are running in a large line. Jar Jar is nervous. I don't know who General Seal is. Who? It's General Topless, isn't it? The one with the mustache. He halts the shield operations. Halt! Starting up the shield. A red ray shoots out. A red ray shoots out the generator and blasts onto the large disc at the back of the second bomber and spreads like an umbrella over the assembled warriors. Yeah, okay. Federation tanks move up to a ridge and stop. In the distance, they see the Gungan army waiting for them. Pull he doesn't say that. He says open fire, doesn't he? Or something. I don't remember that line. He goes, pull them forward, open fire. Okay, the Federation tanks fire upon the Gungan army, hitting their shields. Right, you can read this bit.
Exterior, feed, central plaza, day. Padme, followed by Irte, Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, Anakin, and R2, stealthily makes her way towards the entrance to the main hangar. They are followed by about 20 Naboo guards, pilots, and troops. They stop. Padme uses a small red laser light to signal across the plaza to Captain Panaka, Rabbe, and 20 other assorted Naboo troops. They signal back. Qui-Gon leaves over to Anakin. Once we get inside, you find a safe place to hide and stay there.
Sure.
Qui-Gon points a stern finger at Anakin. Stay there.
Did you just do the finger in real life?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. Droid troops mill around the tank-filled plaza. At the end of the plaza, several droids begin to run and fire. Naboo soldiers fire back at the battle droids. As the ruckus erupts at one end of the plaza, Padme and her troops rush into the main hangar. Captain Panaka and his soldiers continue to engage the droids outside. Interior Theed, Palace Throne Room Day. Rune, Harko, 4 council members watch the plaza watch the plaza battle on a large view screen. I thought the battle was going to take place far from here. This is too close. Okay, you can.
Interior feed central hangar day. Annie, find cover, quick. Anakin hides behind one of the Naboo fighters, looking as large bolts whiz past and explode near him. Padme and the two Jedi destroy battle droids. Troops and Iate also blast away the droids. Padme signals to her pilots.
Get to your ships.
The pilots and R2 units run for the Naboo fighter craft stacked in the hangar bay. The ship begins to levitate out of the hangar. Battle droids fire as it falls in behind five other fighters. R2 whistles to Anakin from a fighter not far away. Anakin runs and jumps into the fighter to hide. Exterior feed central hangar day. Several fighters take off. One is hit, which causes it to pinwheel into the ground and explode. Interior feed central hangar day. Captain Panaka and several guards rush for cover as the remaining fighters exit the hangar. Padme and the Jedi defend themselves against remaining battle droids. Exterior Naboo fighters space FX. The fighters fly past the planets, moves towards the droid control ship of the Federation.
Fighters, straight ahead. Roger, Bravo, leader. You do the other one.
Roger, Bravo, leader.
Exterior Naboo grasslands, day, FX. The Federation tanks went to fire on the Gungans, but are protected by the energy shield. Ceasefire. The droids stop firing, and the Gungans watch for a minute.
Steady, steady.
The Gungans continue to wait as they see the doors to the massive transports open, and racks of battle droids are pulled. Oh, I love this bit. Are pulled out and lined up. The Gungans get ready for an attack by activating individual shields. The warriors dump large energy balls into their catapults, readying themselves for the impending battle. Exterior space FX. The large battle rages on around the droid control ship. Interior Federation battleship control room.
Activate for droids.
Yes, sir. Tehal presses a switch on her control pad. That's a woman.
That's a woman.
That's a woman. Right. Exterior Naboo grass plains, day FX. The battle droids reconfigure into this. Oh, I love that bit where they all stand up at the same time. They all reconfigure their standing position, all turn and aim their blasters at the Gungans. Ouch time. Thousands of droids march towards the Gungans. The droids slowly march to the protective shield and start firing. Fire! Okay, you can read this bit.
The Gungans throw their power poles and fling small balls of energy with slingshots towards the droids. Ricardo, Jar Jar is mounted on rears and rocks and knocks and Jar Jar to the ground. Jar Jar, another Gungan, pick up a few energy balls and fling them towards the droids. OOM-9 watches from a tank on a hill overlooking the battle. Interior feed, central hangar day. Captain Panaka, Sabre and Naboo troops rush into the hangar and overwhelm the few remaining battle droids. Padme, Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon join forces with Captain Panaka.
My guess is the Viceroy's in the throne room. She looks to Qui-Gon. Red group, blue group, everybody this way. They start to head for the exit. On their way, passing the fighter where Anakin is hiding. R2 brushes a greeting and Anakin peeps out the cockpit. Hey, wait for me!
Anakin, stay where you are. You'll be safe there.
But I...
Stay in that cockpit.
They head for the exit as they're about to go through the door. Suddenly... Wait, hold on. I've got the perfect thing. I'm not sure whether you can hear this.
Oh, God.
Oh, God, I hope this is the right one. Hold on. Yeah, it is. Right, okay.
I can't hear that.
Everyone halts, revealing Darth Maul standing in the doorway. Captain Panaka, Padme and her troops back away. Qui-Gon and everyone step forward.
We'll handle this.
We'll take the long way. Darth Maul takes off his hood, and the two Jedi take off their capes. At the far end of the hangar, 3 wheel droids roll and transform into their battle positions. R2 calls Anakin's attention to the droids. Padme and her troops run for cover as they see the destroyer droids. We've got to do something, R2! Darth Maul ignites his laser sword as the 2 Jedi ignite theirs, both their swords lighting up. The Jedi begin to fight the Sith Lord. The droids begin to advance and start firing on Padme and her troops. R2 whistles a reply. Suddenly the ship says, this music's making things really intense.
Yeah, it is.
Right, I'll just put it on for the door, right? R2 whistles a reply. Suddenly the ship systems go on and the ship begins to levitate. I'm trying to, I don't know where the trigger is. Anakin pushes a button and the ship begins to roll towards the droids. Oops, wrong one. Maybe this one. Anakin pulls down a lever and the hatch closes. No, wait, here it is. He falls back on it and hits the button. The lasers begin to fire, wiping out all the destroyer droids. Let's go. It's on automatic pilot. Captain Panaka, Padme and her troops exit into the palace hallway. The fighter rockets at the hangar. R2 and Anakin hold on for dear life. Interior Naboo Starfighter cockpit day. R2 beeps. Try and override it. R2 beeps. Anakin puts on his helmet as the ship continues to speed towards space. In Thea's central hangar day. Right, you do this. I'll put the music back on.
Okay. The Jedi are engaged in a fierce sword fight with Darth Maul. They have moved into the centre of the hangar. The Sith Lord's moves are incredible. He's fighting the two Jedi at once, flipping into the air, outmaneuvering them at every turn. Sith Lord drives the Jedi out of the hangar and into the power generator area next door. The Sith Lord does a backflip over a chasm as the Jedi follow in pursuit. Interior feed, palace, hallway, day. Padme, Captain Panaka, Irte, Seve, and the troops are trapped in a hallway by battle droids.
We don't have time for this, Captain. Her voice suddenly put my man's voice. We don't have time for this, Captain. There we go. Interior. I'm only putting the music on when we get to the lightsaber duel. All right. Can you hear it from where you are?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, cool. A giant dogfight ensues. Anakin's fighter flies into space above Naboo. R2 beeps a worried concern. Look, there they are. That's where the autopilot's taking us. Anakin's fighter flies into space above Naboo. R2 beeps a worried. Wait, I already read that. Anakin's fighter flies towards the Federation battleship. Right, you can read this bit.
Exterior, Naboo. Grass Paladins, day. A half dozen wheel droids roll out towards the battle. They slowly roll through with detector shields, then transform themselves once they get to the other side. Jar Jar's clumsiness works for him in the battle. He falls off his Kadu and a droid jumps on him. He drops the droid and gets caught up with his droid's wiring, dragging the torso around with him. The droid's gun firing randomly, accidentally blasting several droids in one process. The Gungans blast the wheel droids with energy balls. The destroyer droids blast many Gungans. Interior, Naboo Starfighter, cockpit, space. The squadron attacks the space station.
Their deflector shield is too strong.
Anakin finds himself in the middle of the space battle. The ship explodes behind him, over his left shoulder.
This is tense.
He looks forward to see the enemy ships approaching head-on.
R2, get us off this autopilot. This is going to get us both killed.
R2 screams in reply.
You did it, R2.
Anakin flips switches.
Okay, let's go left.
He moves the controls left, and the ship responds, turning left. R2 beeps.
Go back? Qui-Gon told me to stay in this cockpit, and that's what I'm going to do.
An enemy fighter comes into his sights. Anakin pushes the controls, and instead of firing, his fighter accelerates past the enemy ship. The enemy ship is on his tail. He tries evasive maneuvers.
I'll try spinning. That's a good trick.
Anakin rolls his ship as R2 screams desperately.
I know we're in trouble. Just hang on.
Interior, feed, palace, hallway, day. Captain Panaka blasts a hole in the window.
Go!
They make their way outside the building onto a ledge about 6 stories high above a raging waterfall. Sabe, Irte, and about 20 Naboo soldiers stay in the hallway to hold off the battle droids. Exterior, feed palace, over waterfall, day. Padme, Captain Panaka, and about 6 other Naboo soldiers are lined up along the edge. They have pulled small attachments out of their pistols and fire at a ledge about 4 stories above them. Thin cables shoot out of the pistols and are embedded into the ledge. Padme, Captain Panaka, and the others begin to climb up the wall. Once they reach the ledge, they aim their blasters at the window. Interior, feed palace, hallway to throne room. A window in the hallway blasts apart. Padme, Captain Panaka, and her soldiers climb into the hallway. They head for the door to the throne room. Interior, feed.
Well, I'll put the music back on.
Power generator pit, day. 3 swords are crossed with an intense display of swordsmanship. The Jedi and the Sith Lord fight their way across the narrow bridge to the feed power generator. The laser sword battle continues on a small catwalk around the vast power pit. Darth Maul kicks Obi-Wan off one of the ramps and he falls several levels. Qui-Gon knocks the Dark Lord off another ramp. He lands on a hard ramp 2 levels below. Qui-Gon jumps down after him. The Dark Lord backs away along the catwalk into a small door. Qui-Gon follows as Obi-Wan leaps up and runs to join Qui-Gon in battle. Interior feed, power generator, electron beam, hallway. The Sith Lord, followed by Qui-Gon, enters a long hallway full of a series of deadly rays that go off in a pulsing pattern which shoots down the corridor every minute or so. Darth Maul makes it down several walls of deadly rays before they close. Qui-Gon is one wall away from the Dark Lord, Obi-Wan just starting into it, and is 5 walls away from Darth Maul. The Jedi must wait until the next pulse to advance down the corridor. Obi-Wan is impatient and passes waiting for the walls to raise to open. Qui-Gon sits and meditates. Darth Maul hits the wall with a blade of a laser sword, causing it to short out temporarily. Exterior, Naboo grass plains, day. The Gungan army is no match for the destroyer droids. A destroyer droid blasts one of the shield generators, causing it to explode. The protective shield begins to weaken and fall apart. The Gungan general signals a retreat as the tanks enter the battle. The Gungans flee as fast as they can. Jar Jar mutters something in a panic as he runs for cover under a wagon. This is nuts. And
I'll do this. The driver of the wagon starts to leave, uncovering Jar Jar.
uh-oh.
He attempts to escape on the wagon of energy balls, but only manages to unhitch the back gate, causing all the energy balls to roll out of the wagon and down the hill. The Gungans renew their attack on the droid army. Jar Jar's bumbling destroys several more destroyer droids. Jar Jar scrambles to avoid being hit by one of the balls. A tank isn't so lucky.
Hey, give me a lift.
A Gungan riding a cargo picks up Jar Jar. An explosion hits the Gungan and Jar Jar is blown off the cargo and lands on one of the tank guns. Jar Jar is scared. Jar Jar, use a boomer!
What? Mister no have a booba.
Captain Tarpals pulls out an energy ball out of his pouch. Here, take a distance. The Gungan throws Jar Jar an electric ball. Jar Jar struggles to catch it. It lands on the face of a droid in control of the tank. The tank loses control, veers off to the left, digging a path in the ground. Jar Jar struggles to hang on as he hangs from the cannon. Captain Tarpals rides by on his Cardu. Jar Jar, jump! Jar Jar, jump! The two Gungans roll from the force for the fall and come to a stop amidst a few dozen battle droids. Interior Theed Palace, hallway to the throne room. Padme, Captain Panaka, and her soldiers hurry towards the throne room. Suddenly, 2 destroyer droids skitter in front of the doors. Padme turns around and sees 2 more appear at the far end of the hallway, trapping them in the middle. Padme throws down a pistol and turns to Captain Panaka. Throw down your weapons. They win this round. Captain Panaka and his men throw down their weapons. A half a dozen battle droids come up behind them. Right, you read the space battle bit.
Interior, Naboo starfighter, cockpit, space. The battle rages on around Anakin's starfighter as he continues to spin. R2 screams in protest.
Oh, we're hit, R2. Well, sorry, I didn't know where we were. I was looking on the planet. We're hit, R2. Wah!
Anakin's ship spins out of control into the hangar of the Federation battleship. Interior, Naboo starfighter, cockpit, Federation hangar. R2 squeals an exclamation.
I'm trying to stop.
Anakin hits the reverse thrusters and the ship skids to a stop on a hangar deck. R2 gives out a worried whistle.
Everything's overheated.
R2 sees droids approaching and beeps frantically.
Oops, this is not good. Just to let you know, every time I read an Anakin line, I'm flailing my arms around. It's like, that's the energy I need as Anakin Skywalker.
Fair enough.
Right. Oh no, we're back at the door. I need to put the music back on.
Are we?
Anakin sees the light from the green to red as he flips buttons. Right, okay.
Oh yeah, here we are.
Take from Interior Theed. I'll put the music back on.
Yeah. Interior Feed, power generator electric beam hallway. When the war between Qui-Gon and Darth Maul opens, Qui-Gon is in a split second fighting the Dark Lord with a ferocity not seen before. A ward of deadly rays turn away and Obi-Wan starts running towards Qui-Gon and the Dark Lord. We move into the area at the end of the corridor, called a melting pit, a small area where it's mostly made up of a deep hole. The electron ray gates begin to close. Obi-Wan tries to make it to the melting pit, but is caught one gate short. Slice was stopped before he hits a deadly electric field. Qui-Gon, Darth Maul battle around the melting pit. As a frustrated Obi-Wan watches, Darth Maul catches Qui-Gon off guard. The Sith makes a quick move, bashes his lightsaber into Qui-Gon's chin and runs the lightsaber through his midsection. Qui-Gon slumps to the floor in a heap.
No!
The Sith Lord withdraws his lightsaber and turns and walks towards Obi-Wan, who is still trapped by electron ray wall. Exterior, Naboo grass plains, day. The Gungans have been overrun. Some flee into the hills, chased by battle droids on Staps. Many others are herded into groups by battle droids and destroying droids. Jar Jar and General Seal are held in a small group with other
I
officers.
don't know who this General Seal is. I think it was just Captain Tarpals in the original one. No, give up, General Jar Jar. We shall think of something. Hands up.
Might give up. Might give up.
Is my droid voice really that good? Captain Tarpals, General Seal, covers his eyes in shame, shaking his head. All right, you can read this.
Interior feed. Palace throne room. Day. Padme, Captain Panaka, and 6 other officers are brought by 10 battle droids before Newt and Rune and 4
Nemoidian
council members.
Your little insurrection is at an end, Your Highness. Time for you to sign the treaty and end this pointless debate in the Senate. Sabe, dressed like the Queen, appears in the door with several troops. Several destroyed battle droids can be seen in the distance. You can do Sabe.
Okay, well, she's dressed like the Queen, so I'm going to give her a similar voice.
You do the Queen's voice.
Yeah. Viceroy, your occupation here has ended.
Newt and the others are stunned to see a second Queen. Newt yells at the 10 guards in the room. After her! This one's a decoy! 6 of the droids rush out of the room after Sabe. Padme slumps down on the throne and immediately hits a security button and opens all the panels opposite Captain Panaka. Padme grabs 2 pistols, tosses one at Captain Panaka and another at an officer, picks a 3rd pistol and blasts the last of the battle droids. Jam the doors. Right, you can do that.
The officers rush to a door control panel as Padme hits the switch to close the door. The officer at the door jams the controls. Captain Panaka throws more pistols to the other guards. The Nemoidians are confused and afraid.
Now, Viceroy, we will discuss a new treaty.
Interior, feed, power generator, melting pit.
Oh, I need more music.
Music. There it is. The pulsing electron gate opens and Obi-Wan attacks the Sith Lord. The Jedi is relentless in his assault on the Sith Lord. Obi-Wan slices through the center of the Dark Lord's laser sword and he loses half. The Jedi flips as Darth Maul gets up to continue the fight. As Obi-Wan grows weary, he is kicked in the chin by the Dark Lord. The two continue to fight Darth Maul. Force throws Obi-Wan into a melting pit. He's barely able to hold on to a nozzle on the side of the pit. Darth Maul grins evilly at Obi-Wan as he kicks Obi-Wan's lightsaber down the endless shaft. Interior, Naboo Starfire, cockpit.
Does the music make it better? Does the music improve?
It helps out, yeah.
It does?
Yeah.
R2
whistles.
Okay.
Anakin sees the dashboard lights go from red to green.
Yes, we have power. Shields up.
Anakin flips the switch and the ship levitates, knocking over the battle droid captain. The other droids shoot, the lasers are deflected by Anakin's shields. R2 beeps.
Take this!
Anakin fires lasers as the ship begins to rotate.
And this!
He presses the button and launches 2 torpedoes, which miss the droids.
Whoa!
The 2 torpedoes fly down a hallway and explode inside the reactor room.
Oops.
Interior, Federation battleship, bridge. Tay Ho turns to Captain Dauphine.
Who has their reactor right in the hangar bay? He lands in the hangar, one shot, and he destroys the reactor. That is bad design on the Lucrehulk class Trade Federation battleship. You can just fly into the hangar and just blow them up really easily. Right. Sir, we're losing power. There seems to be a problem with the main reactor.
Impossible. Nothing can get through our shield.
Interior Naboo Starfighter cockpit Federation hangar. And he continues to fire, maneuvering the ship towards the exit. Let's get out of here. R2 beeps in agreement. Go on.
Interior Naboo Starfighter cockpit space. Rick Harley watches in amazement as a Federation battleship starts to explode from the inside out.
Go on, Bravo 2.
What's that? It's blowing up from the inside.
We didn't hit it.
Interior Naboo Starfighter cockpit Federation hangar. Anakin's ship roars through the hangar deck, bouncing over the droids.
Now this is pod racing.
Interior Naboo fighter cockpit space. A lone Naboo fighter comes into view. Look,
Okay.
One of ours, out of a main hold.
Woohoo!
All the pilots start to cheer and laugh in Anakin's excitement. Interior Federation battleship bridge. The bridge explodes as Dauphine and Tay Ho look for a way to escape. Exterior Naboo grass plains day. Suddenly, all of the droids begin to shake upside down, run around in circles, and stop. The Gungans carefully move out to inspect the frozen droids. Jar Jar pushes one of the battle droids, and it falls over. What's they doing?
The control ship has been destroyed. Look! He pushes over one to show what he means.
They are broken. The Gungans cheer.
The Gungans cheer. Right, okay, back up.
There we are. Interior feed, power generator, melting pit. Sith Lord smiles as he goes in for the kill. At the last moment, everyone jumps up out of the pit, calls Qui-Gon's lightsaber to him, throwing Darth Maul off. The young Jedi swings with vengeance, cutting the Sith down. Darth Maul falls into the melting pit, to his death. Obi-Wan rushes over to Qui-Gon, who is dying. It is too late. It's...
No!
Obi-Wan, promise. Promise me you'll train the boy.
Come on, sound like you're dying. Yes, Master. I'm imagining I'm holding your hand. Yes, Master.
He is the chosen one. He will bring balance. Train him.
Qui-Gon dies. Obi-Wan cradles his master, quietly weeping. Interior main hangar, courtyard day. The large Grand Cruiser of the Supreme Council aligns in the courtyard of the main hangar. Captain Panaka and 20 troops guard Nute Gunray and Rune Harko. Obi-Wan, the Queen, and her handmaidens stand before the Mordians. Now, Viceroy, you're going to have to go back to the Senate and explain all of this. I think you can kiss your trade franchise goodbye. Okay, you can.
The main ramp of the cruiser was lowered as Obi-Wan and Captain Panaka lead the Viceroy and his assistant toward the ship. Grand Chancellor Palpatine and several Republic guards descend the walkway, followed by Yoda and several other Jedi Masters. Chancellor Palpatine walks up to Obi-Wan and Anakin. The Jedi bow before him.
We are indebted to you for your bravery, Obi-Wan Kenobi. And you, young Skywalker, we will watch your career with great interest.
Chancellor Palpatine is greeted by the Queen. Congratulations on your election, Chancellor.
Your boldness has saved our people, Your Majesty. It will be you who should be congratulated. Together we will bring peace and prosperity to the Republic.
Interior, turret room, Naboo Palace, late day. The sun streams into the multi-windowed room at a low angle. It's not quite sunset. Yoda paces before Obi-Wan, who is kneeling in the center of the room.
Confer on you the level of Jedi Knight the Council does, but agree on you taking this boy as your Padawan learner, I do not. Qui-Gon believed in him, the chosen one the boy may be. Nevertheless, grave danger I fear in his training. Master Yoda, I gave Qui-Gon my word. I will train Anakin, without the approval of the Council if I must. Qui-Gon's defiance I sense in you. Need that, you do not. Agree with you, the Council does. Your apprentice, Skywalker, will be. Okay.
Exterior, feed, Central Plaza, funeral temple steps, sunset. Qui-Gon's body goes up in flames as the Jedi Council. The Queen, C.O. Bibble, Captain Panaka.
C.O. Bibble is back!
He is back!
He's back! Bibble!
About 100 Naboo troops, 20 of the Jedi, Palpatine, Obi-Wan, standing with Anakin. Jar Jar, Boss Nass, and 20 other Gungan warriors watch. There's a drum roll that stops, doors are released, and the body is gone. Anakin looks to Obi-Wan.
What will happen to me now? The Council has granted me permission to train you. You will be a Jedi, I promise. To one side, Mace Windu turns to Yoda.
There's no doubt the mysterious warrior was a Sith.
Always two there are. No more, no less. A master and an apprentice.
But which one was destroyed? The master or the apprentice?
They give each other a concerned look as the camera pans over to Palpatine. Okay, you can.
Exterior, feed, Central Plaza, day. Children sing and throw flowers on the passing Gungan soldiers. The crowds cheer. It is a grand parade. Queen Amidala stands next to the Supreme Chancellor Palpatine, Anakin, Obi-Wan, C.O. Bibble, and the Jedi Council, R2. R2 stands in front of the Queen's handmaidens and whistles at the parade. Queen Amidala and Palpatine smile at each other. In the parade are Boss Nass and his guards, Jar Jar and General Seal. The Gungans ride the Cardu, and they stop before the Queen and walk up to the steps to stand by her side. Boss Nass holds up the globe of peace.
Peace.
Everyone cheers. The parade marches on. Amidala
Woo,
looks
yeah,
over at
woo,
Anakin and smiles.
yeah.
Iris
Iris out.
out.
End credits over stars.
Stars.
The end. Da, 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 da. God, that was something. Same time next week.
That was a journey, man.
Oh my God. Do you want to cut the recording now?
Yeah.
2 hours 30. We nailed it.